Yo, what is going up? What is going up? What is going on? Sorry, brothers. What's up? IP here, International Passport. Who's here, man? Type on one in the live stream chat. If you can hear me, can we get it? Can we get it? Are we here? Are we here? Are we live? Are we live? Are we live? Let's go, bro. Let's go. What's going on, man? What's up? What's up? Moonwalker in the cut. Let's go, bro. Who's here? Type on one in the live stream chat if you can hear me loud and clear. How's the audio? Is the audio clean, crisp, and concise? Let's go, man. We may crash out today, bro. I'll keep it a buck. We may crash out, but let's get everyone in, man. Let's get everyone in. How's everyone? Steve Wilson in the building. What's up, Steve? You good, bro? Who else is here, man? Type on one in the live stream chat, man. We've got a lot to discuss here, a lot to react to, a lot to speak about. It's going to be a movie, man. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's go. Okay. Let's go. Who's here? Okay. Let's go. Yo, what's up? You know, if we're here on RC in the building, what's up, man? What's going on, brothers? Type of one in the live stream chat. All right, let's get straight into it, right? Brothers, special announcements first. Make sure you hit the super chats throughout tonight. Support the channel, please. That'd be greatly appreciated. Hit the super chats, join the Patreon. We got hella intel on the Patreon, travel intel, foreign women intel, IT intel, stocks intel, crypto intel. We got some Patreon content coming in the coming days. What's up, Garben? So let's get straight into it, right? So in today's live stream, I want to talk about big news, okay, in regards to Lavar Ball, all right, who is going to go through a divorce very soon with his wife, okay? So let me just share my screen, actually, and show you the clip. We're going to react to it, speak about it, share our opinions, share our content, but give me a second, please. Let's go, okay? Hold on. All right, give me a sec. Share screen, video file. Let me go on it over here. Hold on. Give me a sec. All right, let's go.
You know, with my wife. Even.
So this is Lavar Ball, right, with the streamer called Neon, and he's speaking about, you know, his wife, right? You know, let's talk about it.
Even. You know, with my wife, you know, who Tina decided to go her own way. That's why you don't see it right here. But she want to go do something else, that's fine with me. We had our run. So even though she had the stroke and getting older, she would never be like, oh man, she was always beautiful in my eyes until you say, I want to go do something else.
Yeah. Damn.
Now you're not as beautiful to me again.
Damn.
The fact that if you...
Damn, flipping heck, man. Life. Woman in life, huh? Flipping heck.
Decide to go this way, I'm going to go that way. That's fine.
That's deep.
It is what it is, man. And like I said, anytime you can find somebody you can stay in love with for a long time or for one day or whatever, if you can witness that love, that's good. I had that with her. And I found somebody else. But it is what it is.
Damn.
Wait, who?
No need to worry.
Sorry, moving federal.
I'm gonna give you something, and it's somebody who's working for me. That's why I'm telling you. That's why.
Oh my God!
That's why.
All right, hold on. Let's unpack this. If we start.
Even you know, with my wife, you know, who Tina decided to go her own way. That's why you don't see it right here. But she want to go do something else, that's fine with me. We had our run. So even though she had the stroke and getting older, she would never be like, oh man, she was always beautiful in my eyes until you say, I want to go do something else.
You see, like, okay. Where do we even begin here, right? Number one, I don't care if a woman is foreign, domestic, Western, right? Men have to always prepare for the worst circumstance. Now, I'm a passport bro, and many brothers who watch this channel are also passport bros too. And yes, we know that foreign women are infinitely better than Western women. No, I'm not surprised that a Western woman, you know, like her is leaving. Okay, that's what Western women do. Right, that's what American women do. That's what British women do. That's what Australian women do. Right, but I'm saying right here, right, doesn't matter the woman you deal with or you marry or you get into a relationship with, you must always prepare for the worst circumstance, right? Envision that one day she could leave you. One day she could try and take your assets from you. And that's why before you marry a woman, no matter if she's Western or foreign, you need to protect yourself. You need to protect yourself. You need to evaluate all the worst things that can come from your relationship, right? Nothing is perfect. Women can change, right? Women are very emotional beings that can change up on you. Have you ever been in a situation where, you know, you met a girl, she was super into you, asking you questions, smiling at you, looking at you, right? Then next week comes along, she's gone cold towards you. Type of one in the live chat that's happened to you before. You've met a girl, it's clear she was interested in you, she was checking you out, she was checking for you, and then some other day comes in the future, the interest has gone completely. Women are very hot and cold with their emotions, okay? And that's why when you marry them, right, you need to make sure you have a prenup, you have a trust, right, to protect your assets, and you prepare for the worst thing that could happen in your relationship. So I'm telling you guys, right, marry with divorce, right, in your mind, that it could happen. A lot of guys have been fed this fairy tale BS. Oh, women are perfect. Oh, women will always be there for you. You know, oh, women are the fairest sex. It's BS, right? Social media has exposed how these women move. In fact, women nowadays have become a lot more selfish. In fact, I would say that women are a lot more selfish than men. Women are a lot more selfish than men. I'm just keeping it a buck. I'm just keeping it real. Okay? So this means that it is very important as a man that you evaluate all the possible things that can go wrong with your relationship. All your assets, your money, your houses, right? Your stocks, your crypto. She ain't gonna know about it. And if she does, protect that shit. Protect that ish. Protect it. Right? You have to always prepare for the worst scenario possible in any relationship. I don't care how beautiful she is. I don't care how great her personality is. Women can always change up on you. Okay? And this is sad, man. And I remember this guy back in the day. He's got three sons. They're all in the NBA. Big baller brand. He ain't deserve this, bro. He ain't deserve this, but life is cold. The game is cold. And women right now, nowadays are cutthroat. Women nowadays are extremely, extremely cutthroat. I'm telling you. And that's why I'm of the opinion where, like, don't love your woman too much. Because if you love your woman too much, you become clouded, right? And if she gets you in some way, that will ruin you. I say, like, love your woman to a certain extent, but not to the point where if she leaves you, if she does something bad, it won't affect you. Me, I'm cold, bro. My heart cold, bro. Honestly, like, I will never love a woman that deeply. I can like a woman, I can love her to an extent, right? But it won't be to a point where she's gonna be my hip or my arm, right? That you have to practice some sort of detachment from your woman. So in case she does something bad or wants to leave you, it doesn't phase you whatsoever. A lot of you dudes, right, simp too much. A lot of you dudes, right, believe in this fairy tale BS that you've been fed throughout your whole lives. Women are great. Women are the fairest sex, right? Just be a good man and she won't leave. There's plenty of good men out there that have done great things for their girls, right? And the women ended up leaving. You got dudes that have paid You have dudes, right, that have paid through their girlfriend's college or their wife's college, giving them their hard-earned money, right? The woman levels up, feels like the man ain't good enough, or she found another dude, she leaves him. Protect your assets, bro. Honestly, bro. You have to be aware as to how cold the game is. It don't matter if she's foreign, it don't matter if she's domestic, it don't matter where she's from, bro. Yes, it can be from any woman, bro. It can be from a Japanese chick, it can be from a Brazilian chick, it can be from a Colombian chick, from a Kenyan chick. You just don't know, bro. You don't know the future. You don't know when you're 45, when you're 48, this chick might just say, hey, I'm sick of you, I want to leave, bro. And she wants to take all your assets with her. Right? The game is cold, bro. It's ice cold. And I ain't talking about Amarian, bro. I ain't talking about ice spots by Amarian, bro.
Now you're not as beautiful to me again. And the fact that if you decide to go this way, I'm gonna go that way, that's fine.
That's deep.
It is what it is, man. And like I said, anytime you can find somebody you can stay in love with for a long time or for one day or whatever, if you can witness that love, that's good. I had that with her.
So he was with her for 30 years. I know that's a long time, right? And they're both old, right? Like they're not. This isn't like some young thing or so they were together for like 5 years or like 25 or 30, whatever, right? They're both in their 60s or 70s. So it don't make no sense for her to leave like that, bro. It don't make no sense. It don't make no sense, right? You might as well just ride it out, right? And that's why, brothers, like I'm telling you, like make sure you vet your woman properly. You know, make sure like you know what you want from this life, bro. It can get really lonely. Make sure you know what you want from this life. Honest to God. That's why I preach health. You know, I preach financial prosperity. You know, I preach freedom, right? Because a lot of men, we go for a lot of stuff, a lot of things, bro. A lot of women have really screwed over men throughout the years. I seen dudes, right, who had money, assets, bro. Now they're homeless, right? Now the woman took the house that he bought, and she's bringing dudes over to his house, smashing dudes on his bed that he bought, bro. I'll keep her a buck. I'll keep her a buck.
And I found somebody else, but it is what it is.
So he's found somebody else, man. You know? And I guarantee you, she's some young, beautiful woman. And that's great. You know, why would you want to be his age and date women your own age? It don't make no sense, bro. Right? But dudes, I'm telling you, right, the game is cold. The game is absolutely cold. You need to know, right, how to protect yourself in every shape or form. There are ways to protect your assets. You have trust funds. You have prenup. Don't marry no chick. Do not marry a woman who says no to a prenup. Right? End it real quick. End it real quick. Doesn't matter who she is. That's why, as a man, you should be dating multiple women. You should have a woman on standby, because if a woman says no prenup, drop her, bro. Drop her. Every man must have a prenup. Every man must have a prenup. I'm sorry. Every man gotta have a prenup, bro. Gotta protect yourself, your assets, your mindset, your well-being, you know, your physical state. Get that prenup. Get that trust. And let me know in the live stream chat. But there are some methods where you can protect your assets via setting up a company, a trust fund, some sort of fund, bro, where a woman can't touch that because it's not in your name. That's how dudes gotta be moving. That's how dudes gotta be moving. Protect yourselves. Right? And and in this movement, right? Yeah, we love our foreign chicks, but guess what, right? This may sound crazy to y'all, but a foreign woman could actually jack you up too. This might sound crazy to y'all, but a foreign woman can actually mess you up too, bro. Again, a woman is a woman. They change, they are fickle, they are emotional, right? Her friends might be in her ear. Her friends might see the money you have, the lifestyle you have, and want to ruin that. A lot of women, they're not smart. They're really not smart, bro. I'll keep her a buck. They're not smart. That's why, because women are not smart for the most part. I'm just keeping a buck, right? Because like they don't think critically. I'm not saying all, right, are not smart. I'm just saying quite a few are not smart, right? You have to protect themselves. You gotta protect yourself, bro. Let me go through the comments. These men who marry in the UK and USA are straight stupid, celebrity or normal civilian. The outcome usually the same. I definitely agree. I'm not saying it can't happen when you go abroad, right? But the Western countries are for the most part cooked. The Western countries are for the most part absolutely cooked. It doesn't make any sense. It makes no sense, right? To actually like date in the West. It makes no sense. Shout out to Jay Bonkers again. If you have a lot of assets and money, you can set up a foundation. Also, put assets in multiple countries because each country has different laws, making it harder for anyone to rinse you out. That's smart, bro. That's smart. That's smart. That's very smart. That is something that is very key, bro. These are things that we as men have to, without a doubt, be looking into, especially in this crazy world we live in nowadays, where a lot of women ain't loyal, a lot of women want the bag real quick, a lot of women are looking to finesse dudes, a lot of women are being lied to by a TikTok. Hey, if you ain't happy in a relationship for some odd reason, even if it's for the tiniest thing, you should leave. Right? A lot of women see social media as a guard, bro. They see social media as a guard. They do. They really do. Right? So that means that, because guess what? Most men, they don't allow social media to like tell them how to live their lives or dictate certain things. A lot of men critically think. They know that a lot of people on social media chat nonsense, speak nonsense. But a lot of women, right, get so influenced by what so and so says on TikTok. Oh, do that. If your man ain't doing that, if your man ain't doing this, if your man does this, if your man does that, he lame. Oh, he's cheating. He don't want you. He don't respect you. Blah, blah, blah. You should leave. You should leave. Not knowing that, like these women, right, they don't even know your relationship. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's actually like, I see why dudes don't get married, bro. Right? I know. Can we talk about the positives and negatives of marriage? Right? Is it worth getting married? Right? In 2026? Right? Does it make sense? But if you want a kid, right, it kind of makes sense to get married to a woman if you want a kid. But for the most part, right, what benefit does marriage offer men? Can we talk about that in the chat, please? What benefit does marriage offer men in 2026? Can anyone tell me in the live stream chat what benefit do you get from marriage in 2026? Honestly, apart from regular sex, apart from companionship, what else is there? What else is there? What benefit do men get from marriage in 2026? There isn't a lot of benefits because the laws screw you over, right? The laws are so pro-woman, right? The laws are so pro-woman, right? That it makes no sense to marry in the West. It kind of makes sense to marry when you're abroad, because when you go abroad, certain countries are a lot more traditional and conservative than in the UK and in America. But there's no benefit in getting married to a woman in the West. Marriage has no benefits, right? It doesn't. It doesn't. Now, for Lavar Ball, right, if he's smart, with his money and resources, he should be looking into a foreign woman. He should honestly be looking into a foreign woman, right? And that's the thing about that's the benefit of being American, the American dollar, the American status, right? A lot of women still want that American man in their lives. And I'm telling you, right, it's like we as men, we are going through a terrible time right now, right? I don't know, man. I feel like men, we're going through a lot of evil right now, man. Women turning against us, economy is doing terrible, hard to build wealth. It's a terrible time right now, man, for relationships, marriage, etc., etc. It really is. It's a terrible, awful time, right? So I'm telling men, at all costs, do everything to protect yourselves, man. Right? Because guess what? Stress can kill you, bro. Stress, overthinking, marrying the wrong woman, being with the wrong woman. That ish can kill you, bro. That ish can kill you, bro. It really can. It really can. Right? Let me open up the phone lines if any of you brothers want to chime in and give your opinions here. Okay, so phone lines are open. If you want to chime in, please feel free to call in and state your opinions. Feel free to call in. Okay, so while I wait for a caller, I'm going to react to some clips here. Some interesting clips. Let's get it, okay? So hold on, let me share my screen. Give me a sec. Type of 1 if you're here with me, though. Can y'all hear me? How y'all bros doing? Type of 1. Type of 1, bro. Who's here? Type of 1. Scan the clips up real quick. Give me a sec. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's go. Awesome. Let's react to some clips.
Gran responsabilidad.
That's not the one. Hold on. If you're a new subscriber to the channel, type a 2. If you're new to the channel, type a 2. I want to shout you out. if you're new, type of 1. Type of 2, sorry.
Casino Royale, 38. How old was Daniel Craig?
All right, so I want to hold on. Give me a sec. So I want to react to a clip here in regards to the male peak. And that's something I've been thinking about for a minute now. Let's check it out.
In Casino Royale, 38. How old was Brad Pitt in Troy?
38.
38. How old was George Clooney in Ocean's 11?
38.
38. The male peak is 38 years old. For what?
I don't know about that, but it's currently watching. I noticed how they're using famous people, right, to, they're using famous people to talk about the male peak. Rich millionaires where they're ageless. The money talks, not their looks, not just the money and status just talks. Let's carry on watching.
What aspect? Financially, physically?
Everything.
I'm 39, and if I could go back to being 24 again, I genuinely wouldn't. Not because life can't still be great in your 20s, but it really does keep getting better if you spend those years wisely. When I was younger, 40 sounded ancient to me, like it was just the beginning of the decline, but now that I'm a few weeks away from it, I realize how backwards that was. Your mid to late 30s is when you're actually entering your peak as a man.
Okay, I don't agree with that. Your late 30s is not the male peak. I'll keep her a buck, especially if you're a guy who is aiming to get a 21-year-old chick, 22-year-old, 23-year-old woman. Why is she gonna pick a 39-year-old dude over a 30-year-old, right, or over a 28-year-old? Let's keep her a buck. Unless you look really, really good for your age, which most men don't. Most men don't work out. Most men don't take their skincare routine seriously, and most men look like they've lost their looks at 39. If we keep her a buck, right? Why is she gonna pick you over a 25-year-old dude? Let's keep it real here. Let's keep it real.
Man, not because some magic switch flips, but because that's usually when all the things you've been building toward really start coming together. Physically, there's almost no difference in muscle building or fat loss compared to your 20s.
That's wrong. That's wrong. 25 is a male peak body, and you start losing testosterone from 25 downwards. Let's keep her a buck, right? Unless you start taking some enhancements, right? You are going to feel slower and feel not as good as you were when you were 25.
Testosterone only drops slightly, and metabolic rate doesn't drop at all, except now your training and diet are more dialed in because you've just been at it for longer. But now you've had time to build up the financial side, which gives you more freedom, you have more life experience, you're more confident, more grounded. It should be the best version of yourself you've ever been. So if you're a guy in your 20s, just understand that you have way more time than you realize. Stop obsessing over where you think you should be right now and just focus on doing the work. And if you're already in your late 30s or beyond and feel like you're behind, remember that this peak isn't some super narrow window either, and you still have plenty of runway ahead if you continue making the right choices from here.
No, I think here, right, like ignore career, ignore money. Let's focus on women here, right, and the male peak. I believe the male peak is around 35, 34, if I keep a buck with you. Like, you have to get your life sorted out by 35 at the most 35, right? Because life as a man gets harder after 35 years old, right? Especially if you're not in shape, if you don't have money, no assets, and you aim to get a 22-year-old, 21-year-old, life, you won't get her, right, if you don't have like certain things in order. And I don't give a damn what anyone says. Looks absolutely matter. Looks matter, right? Your body matters. That's why you should be training right now. You should be in the gym. So, if you're consistent over a couple years, you look good in your 30s or late 30s, bro. Right? Eating right, sleeping right, drinking right, no alcohol. Right? Now, this guy referred to rich people who are actors. And I'll show you here again in the clip, right?
Yeah. How old was Brad Pitt in Troy?
Okay, that's Brad Pitt right there, 38. But he's a multimillionaire, has the best chefs, has the best diet, can throw thousands upon foods, right? Upon foods to have the best body. Most men can't do that. Yes, I believe a 25-year-old, 24 would definitely go for that, obviously. But he's a millionaire, right? He's got status.
38. How old was Brad Pitt and Troy?
38.
38. How old was George Clooney and
And you have to understand that there's a good amount of women, right, that don't want to date men that are 5 years older than her. So if she's 23, 28 is her max point. I'm just being real here. And I feel like a lot of these gurus, right, I'm not saying him specifically, right, a lot of these RP gurus, a lot of these self-improvement males are lying to you dudes. They're lying. And on this channel, I just want to speak the truth for men so you don't waste time, so you're not daydreaming, so you're not fantasizing about life, bro. Because life ain't no game. Life is real, bro. That's why I tell you, bros, take that 6-month wifey tour, right? Move quickly because time is moving fast, right? And don't fantasize about life. Envision it, right? Enact it. Studies show that, and from what I've read, from my on clips, right? Women don't want to date 5 years older for the most part. It's normally 4 or 5 years. So if she's 22, 27 max, 26 max. If she's 20, 24, 23, 25 max. I'm just being real here, right? Now, of course, there are some women, right, that will happily take a 9-year, 8-year, 10-year age gap, right? That's why you go abroad. And that's why, even though you're abroad, please make sure you look after yourselves. Make sure you're in shape. Have some muscle on you. Have some muscle tone. Have good skincare. Have white teeth, right? Look good. Smell good. Because if you're overweight and you're 35 and you somehow manage to pull a 21-year-old chick, right? What do you think she's there? Like, come on, she ain't with you because of your looks. You probably got money, bro. I'm just being real here. So it's time for men, right, to start, right, I would say being realistic about their chances here. Look yourself in the mirror and judge yourself. Like, I normally judge myself every day. Is my jawline intact? Is my skin looking good, right? Do I have fine lines? Am I overweight? Am I getting too big? Is my face not slim enough? That's how I judge myself, bro. Is my face not moisturized enough? I gotta be looking my best for these chicks, right? I'll keep it a buck. I'll keep it real, right? So it's very important for us dudes, right, to ensure that, please, dudes, please, right? Like, don't allow these gurus to misdirect you. There is a male peak, okay? And I just want to make sure that you guys are actually making some moves, and not wasting time and say, oh, 45, man, it's going to be good at 45, 48. We man know there's a male peak. If she's 21, 22, she ain't going for a 45-year-old guy. I'm just keeping her buck for the most part. All right, next one to react to.
With
Sorry. Hold on. So I have a very interesting clip here, right? Something that I can't believe I'm actually reacting to this, right? We have an Indian woman saying that Indian men have to learn from black men. What? Let's check it out. Learn what and what's happening here?
Advice to Indian guys is learn from black dudes. Because these men really know how to take you on a date.
Oh, wow. She's saying that Indian men have to learn from black men on how to take women out on a date. Oh, wow. An Indian woman saying this? An Indian woman saying that, wow, that, hey, you know, hey, Indian men, start learning from black men on how to treat women. An Indian woman saying this, bro? What's the world coming to?
Every time, every time I went on a date with a black guy, top notch. They take you like good places, good restaurant, expensive restaurant.
Damn.
You don't even have to think about anything. Everything is
So brothers are actually spending money on women like this, right? Brothers are actually, you know what? And I feel like that's what, like, differentiates like black men from other groups of men. I'll be real here, right? I think a lot of brothers simp. Like Indian men, they're not for the most part taking girls out to restaurants. They're going 50-50, right? They're going like, they're not doing that as to what we brothers do, bro. Let's keep it a buck. That's why like I feel like a lot of non-black women, a lot of women see brothers as simps, right? I'll keep it a buck. But in this economy, I don't believe that men of all races should be like taking girls out to expensive restaurants, right? And if you are going to take a girl out, right, go to a cheap one where you can actually pay for both of y'all. Because I'm not blowing $200 on a date, bro. Are you mad? I'm not doing that. And I know some of you brothers in Houston, Texas love doing that, man.
set, planned, and well executed. They open the door for you. They do everything top notch. And I was just listening to some Afro beats and some rap music, and every time it's just about how they want to spoil their women and how much they want to take care of them.
You see, like brothers are simps, man. Let's keep her a buck. And I think a lot of non-black men, I feel like they, because of like how simpish. Let's be real here, right? Rap music, R&B music, Afro beats music, right? These musics are simpish music, bro. Simpish, right? These music genres are simpish music. It's a bunch of brothers just simping, bro. Simping. And I think a lot of women are realizing that a lot of black men are simps, bro. Simps. Why is that? Well, unfortunately, a lot of black men grow up in single mother households, and the mum tells them, "Hey, treat women like this. Oh, respect women. Oh, worship women." I'll keep it a buck, bro. That's a problem, in growing up in single mother households. Let's keep it real. And a lot of brothers have grown up in single mother households. No dad in the home, no masculine figure, just having a female centric point of view. And that's what happens, right? And now these non-black women are catching on. Hey, Indian men, they don't do this. They don't do that. They don't spend on her. They don't go 50-50. Sorry, they always go 50-50, but black men never go 50-50. Black men take me to a cheesecake factory. Black men take me to a Red Lobster. Do you want to be known as a guy who do that, bro? I don't think so. I really don't.
And I'll be listening to some Bollywood music, and it's all about like sacrifice, and I'll give my arm, and like, just shut the fuck up, okay? We don't really need that arm and leg. We just need to be treated well. So Indian dudes,
No, she wants Indian men to simp for her.
please take note from these black guys.
Wow. So some of you brothers, right? Like, y'all simping too much, man. Some of you brothers, y'all simping too much, man. Like, you ain't no need to take a woman out to a Red Lobster, or let's say a flipping $100 date. Like, why are you doing that, bro? Like, I'm just being real here. A lot of you dudes are absolute simps, and guess what? I'ma check you dudes for that, bro. I'ma check you dudes for that, bro. Listen, don't make me crash out right now, bro. I don't want to crash out this earlier, bro. But I gotta check you dudes for that simpish nonsense, man. Some of y'all dudes, y'all simps, bro. Y'all spending that money. Y'all spending that money. Y'all spending that money. Right? And now these non-black women in America, in Western countries, they've now peep game. They've now peep game, bro. Oh, they've noticed black guys do certain things. They notice how black men treat certain women. Right? And now this makes other groups of men not like us, bro. This makes other group of men not like us. Right? Bro, the economy is jacked up, bro. I'll be real with you. The economy is messed up, right? And the average dude ain't got the money or the resources to be blowing money on dates, bro. For me, as you know, coffee dates. I'm a strictly coffee date guy. If I'm about to swear, if a chick, right, says no to a coffee date, it ain't happening, bruv. Then we go our separate ways, right? I'm happy to spend, you know, $2, $3, $5 on a coffee to get to know her, blah, blah, blah. And if she's wife material, girlfriend material, we'll take it up a notch, right? But ain't no way we doing flipping what's it called? $100 dates, right? I'm a huge fan of coffee dates, bro. Right? If a woman really likes you, she would not say no to a coffee date. She just wants to be around you and get to know you, bro. If she says, "Oh wow, that's not fancy," blah blah blah, why not? Like, why not dinner? I'm like, what dinner, bro? What dinner, chick? Right? Now, some girls may say, "Hey, why not do an activity? Hey, why not? Hey, let's play tennis," and that's cool, bro. Right? But I ain't with the simp stuff like a lot of you black dudes do, bro. Right? A lot of black men are simps. I'll be honest with you, and that's got to be said out there, bro. A lot of black men are actual simps. I see it in the UK. I saw it in America. I even saw it right in Panama. I was in Panama 2 years ago. Brothers with Latinas, brothers just spending money on Latinas, bro. Just blowing their dollars on Latinas. Yeah, and you ain't gotta do that, bro. You ain't gotta do that. You ain't gotta do that. Right? Right? A lot of brothers treating first dates as if they're wifey, bro. How you going to treat a chick on a first date as wifey? Are you out your mind? And then these non-black dudes see how we treat women, right? You see, like, brothers, fix up, man. Fix up. Fix up. We can't be having women making videos about this, you know, about black men like this, man. Because we're not simps. Because you may feel like, oh, hey, IP, it makes black men look good. No, it doesn't, right? Because that means you're going to get finessed on dates. Women will use you as a meal ticket. Hey, take me here, take me there, take me here. And I know you're spending all your money on a woman, bro. Do you really want that? Do you really want that, bro? I don't think you do. All right? So stop simping. Stop simping. All right. Next one to react to. If you want to call in, if you agree, if you disagree, let me know. Right? Phone lines are open. Shout out to Jay Bonkers for the support. Appreciate you, bro. I had a Hong Kong ex-girlfriend whose parents own a Chinese restaurant. Haha. I violated that place. Never paid for food. Whole time I was with her. What country? But what, in America or UK, bro? In America or UK, bro? Shout out to Jay Bonkers, man. You know? Let these bitches know. All right, next one to react to. So I now wanna react to this interesting clip, right, about Thailand, where people go to a park and they wear black if they're single. This is why I love foreign countries, man. You never see or hear of this in the UK, in America, or any other Western country.
People come to this park if they are single. Let me explain. To everyone that you can see wearing black, means that they're single. This guy's single. I just realized I'm wearing black, so I'm guessing that screams out that I'm single. That was not intentional by any means. More people in black. If you're wearing black, does that mean that you're single? Single?
Yeah.
Why is that?
Oh, I don't know.
No problem. Enjoy it. See you. By the way, this park is like insanely big. I've been walking for ages. It's so beautiful though. Just look over there, look at the views. And just look at the vibes in this park.
You know, this is why I love foreign countries, man. Like, you know, it's like these are the things that just make you, that give you the opportunity to meet a woman. You know, these little small things. Whereas in the US and the UK, we don't have things like this. In fact, things like this are shamed upon, right? Oh, why are you going that far to try and get, you know, a girlfriend? Blah, 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 you know? But in foreign countries, right, they understand that, hey, companionship is important. A man having a girlfriend is important, you know? And I just keep hearing great news about Thailand every single time. And that's why I keep telling you, passport bros, I really do believe that Southeast Asia and Africa are the future, you know? And I'm telling y'all to think twice before about Europe or East Asia, you know? I feel like Southeast Asia, I feel like, you know, Africa, these are the spots where I think that we'll find prosperity, you know? We'll find a good quality of life, great woman. But let me carry on playing a clip.
Families around, people taking pictures, work in business. Honestly, I think Bangkok is like one of the most underrated cities. Let me explain to everyone that you can. Honestly, I think Bangkok is like one of the most underrated cities.
I agree. You know, I definitely agree. And you know what? I used to talk down about Thailand. You know, I used to like speak about how like I don't think there's too much debauchery out there, but the whole country isn't like that. You know, I think for what it offers, quality of life, cost of living, entertainment, you know, the whole nine yard. I really do believe that Southeast Asia, Malaysia, Indonesia, Philippines, Thailand, Laos, then you got Africa, Ghana, Nigeria, Ivory Coast, Angola. I feel like that's the future. That's the future, right? And, you know, like, you have to be wise and hip to the game. What do you want from this movement? What do you want from this movement? Because a country like Thailand, where they have a beach, they got a beach out there where you wear all black. That shows you're single, right? Imagine a brother being out there, clean cut, got a nice haircut, right? You're decent height, decent shape, and right, and then you meet a beautiful woman, whether she's Thai, Philippines, whatever country, right? Also wearing black. You lock eyes. It's that simple. It's that simple. You ain't gonna get that in the West. You ain't gonna get that in America, right? These countries make it so easy for you to find women, to get women, to date women. That's why I'm a passport bro. I
have to come here a few times to really see the beautiful parts of this place. If you're from Thailand or you know why people dress up black in this park when they want to date, let me know down in the comments why they do that and if it's a Thai tradition.
Damn, it could be a Thai tradition, man. It could be. And I feel like, you know, shout out to foreign countries for making dating easy. I don't know what happened to the West, man. Feminism, obviously, hypercapitalism, but I don't want no parts of that, man. Right? Give me like, you know, give me run clubs. People say, oh, run clubs are trash. No, listen, if you can meet a woman at a run club, bro, ain't nothing wrong with that. She's fit. She takes health seriously, diet seriously, and if your bro is also fit as well, then you also want to like join run clubs as well, bro. I'll keep her a buck, brothers, and wait, imagine going to a run club in a foreign country. Imagine going to a run club in a foreign country. This clip right here, right? I'll
means
show
that
you
they're
again.
single. This guy's single. I just realized I'm wearing black, so I'm guessing that screams out that I'm single. That was not intentional by any means. More people in.
See, notice how people are running, right? Like, you know, it's probably a run club or something like that. And I feel like run clubs are slept on. Run clubs are slept on, right? To meet women. Imagine going to a run club in Brazil, bro. Let me know. Let me know in the chat. Imagine. Let me know in the comments. Imagine going to a run club in Brazil, in Panama, in Philippines, right? In Japan, in Ghana. Imagine the amount of women that you will see, bro. Imagine. Damn. Brothers, like, get your passport, man. Get your passport. Let me bring in a caller here. Ninja, what's up, Ninja? You good, bro? Ninja, you good, bro? Okay. Next one to react to.
Men thrive.
All right. I've got a clip here, right, that says relationships work better when the woman is more obsessed with the man than the man. Let's check it out.
I feel like, honestly, men thrive when the woman is a little bit more obsessed with him versus him.
Yep, facts. Okay. I agree with that. I agree with that. You know, I really do. I feel like when your woman really likes you, wants to be around you, wants, you know, goes out of her way to speak to you, then you doing it towards her, that keeps a relationship more stable and stronger. Like I mentioned, right, a woman's love is conditional, right? And there's only a few times where you meet a woman where she really genuinely likes you. She likes how you look, how you dress, your personality, right? A lot of women turn hot and cold, right? Notice how, like, I don't know if you've been there before, but I've been in situations where 1 week a woman was all over me, right? Asked me questions, where you from, blah, 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 complimenting my dressing sense, my haircut, everything, right? The other week, completely ignores me, doesn't say hello, right? That means she lost interest, okay? So you have to find women that are always into you every day, every hour. Like she wants to be around you. And you notice how, like, you see guys who are really short, right, with women, but that woman is like, that woman is joined to the hip of that guy, bro. She's all over him. I see it, bro. Like I see very short guys, right, with women, but that woman, right, really loves that guy. It don't matter if you're 6'5", it don't matter if you're 6'8", you ain't taking that chick off that guy, bro. She is completely into him, right? And I believe that if you're a short guy and you manage to pull a woman, let's say you're 5'4", 5'5", that woman genuinely likes you, bro. That woman genuinely likes you. Because not a lot of women go for 4'4" guys or 4 foot, you know, or 5'3" guys. If she does, right, she really likes you, bro. Right? I'll keep her a buck. I really will keep her a buck.
Men have more loyalty, a better quality relationship, you know, when the woman has to be a little bit more obsessed than he is. He still
Facts. Absolute facts. Right? When a woman really likes a man will be really loyal towards her. He wouldn't even think about cheating, looking at other women. He is completely devoted to her. I'll keep it real. Right? I'll keep it real.
has to be attracted and he still has to like be feeling her, but I always feel
facts, absolute fact. You still gotta be like, for me, like you gotta be a guy, right, that make sure you know what suits you. Make sure you smell well. Nice haircut every 2 weeks at least. Haircut every 2 weeks at least, bro. Not once a month, not once every 2 months. Haircut every 2 weeks. Wear clothes that fit you. Have a skincare routine. Eat well, right? Sleep well. Think well, right? Just do the bare minimum. I think a lot of you guys, right, are underestimating how easy it is, right? Just you know, for a guy to stand out, It's actually very easy as a man to get a woman, especially when you go abroad, right? The bare minimum applies when you're in Japan, Colombia, Brazil, Panama, Ghana. What is the bare minimum? Dress well, wear clothes that fit you, right? Be in shape, don't be fat, you know, skincare, moisturize, haircut. You will find one woman that will be obsessed with you. Remember, there's billions of women all around the world. There'll be one you will find that will be completely obsessed with you.
Like, it really works for men when the woman that he's dealing with is more obsessed. I want my woman to really you're him. If I
Yep. You want a woman right that she can't live without you, bro. Like it's alien towards her. She can't go one day thinking about you. She can't go one day messaging you. She can't go one day just not making her life be about you. You want a woman like that. You really want a woman like that. Trust me. And you can find that woman like that when you go abroad. You can find a woman like that when you go abroad. I'm telling you, brothers. It's that simple. You know, it's possible. Look for a woman that will be completely obsessed with you as a man, your character, your look. And guess what? Yes, physical attraction matters. Physical attraction matters, bro. Make sure you smell good. Make sure you dress well. Make sure you look good.
I'm not that to her, that I don't want it.
Yeah, for sure.
Facts. Absolute facts, man. And you kind of know if a woman really likes you. Look at her action. Look how she's around you. Look how she talks to you. Look how she is around you, etc. You kind of know, right? You kind of know. You really would know if a woman likes you or not. So I'm telling you, dudes, right? Find a woman who is obsessed with you, then you are obsessed with her. And you can find that when you go abroad. You can find that when you get your passport, right? You know, you go to spots where they'll treat you well based on how you look, your character. It's possible. It's absolutely possible. So get your passports, research what countries work for you, where you want to be in, etc. And make it count. Make it count. Do we have any callers?
Men.
Sorry.
Una gran responsabilidad.
So I want to react to this clip here, right? About a black man living in Argentina and all these hardships.
Un hombre negro, una gran responsabilidad, ¿sí? Para luchar por mis derechos, por los derechos.
So he said that he wants to be in Argentina to fight for his rights, and fair play. Argentina is not a country for black people. It's not. It's not a possible destination. It's not a country for black people. And if you're black, I don't know why you'd want to go there in the first place. But let's carry on watching.
De nuestras naciones y dejar el camino lo más abierto posible para acabar con el racismo.
¿Es algo político para usted?
Sí, es social, es político, es cultural, es todo, o sea, en un sistema racista.
In a racist system, there's no area where there's no influence. I don't know how these black people do it, but I'm just asking myself, right? Is it worth living in Argentina knowing how racist it is? He says that he wants to stay there, fight against racism, etc. And I know what, fair play to him, right? But if he has a chance to leave to somewhere like Brazil or another country where there's black people like Colombia, personally, he should take it, bro. Racism is so deeply entrenched in Argentina, it will never go away. The history of Argentina against black people is deep, bro. It's deep. Like they literally took away the black population through nefarious means to the point where it's like a really white country. It's a really white country, Argentina, right? And look at the Argentinian soccer team, right? Not a single black person in that team. And there's been like some accusations of racism, which is true, right? From the players towards black players. They don't rock with black people in Argentina, bro. It don't matter if you're black American, black British, black African, black Caribbean. Argentina is not a country where you want to be as a black man. I will never promote Argentina as a country where, hey, drop everything in the UK, drop everything in America, and go Argentina. Knowing the intel I know right now. But let's carry on watching.
O sea, no hay plano donde no haya influencia o consecuencias cuando hay un sistema racista.
¿Piensas que las cosas
Do you think things have improved from your generation until now?
mejoraron de su tiempo hasta ahorita o es como igualito?
There you go. That pause tells us everything we need to know. Nothing has improved in that country, right? Argentina, top 5 racist countries in the world. I'll put India in the top 5. I'd put China. I'd put Argentina. I'd probably put one other racist country. No, actually, the top 3 racist countries in the world: Argentina, India, and China, by far.
Lo que ha mejorado es la visibilidad.
Was improved his visibility.
Antes decían que no habíamos, que no existíamos, que no estábamos. Ahora saben que estamos.
Okay.
Eso
Es mejor.
hace.
Pero las cosas.
Hay mucho
Okay.
por delante.
Okay.
It's not even about visibility, bro. It's about economics. It's about political power. It's about, taking away institutional racism. And I feel like Argentina is such a racist country that it will never get, to a point where it would be a good country for black people, right? They have this place in Argentina called Big N-Word Burger. Big N-Word Burger. I'm gonna bring it up real quick, right? Big N-Word Burger in Argentina. That should tell you, right, just how they feel towards black people, right? I'm just being real here. Like, you guys think I'm playing right now? They got a burger in Argentina called Big N-Word Burger. I'm gonna bring it up real quick, right? I'm gonna bring it up. I'll show you real quick. Y'all think I'm playing? Hold on. Give me a sec. MRT, I see you, bro. I'm gonna bring you up in a minute, bro. Mr. Tazi, I'll bring you up in a minute, bro. Hold on. I think I'm playing, bro. They got a thing in Argentina called Big N-Word Burger. I'll show you. Look at this. Y'all can see my screen, right? Argentina Burger Store sells Big N burgers. It's literally called Big N-Word Burgers in Argentina. This restaurant in this Argentinian restaurant is named after the N-word and marketed as a joke. A dark burger bread. N-word burger. Brother, they even write the N-word on the wrapper, bro. They even write the N-word on the wrapper. Look at my screen right now. Look at my screen, bro. Look at that. Big N-word burgers in Argentina. And y'all wanna, move out there? Y'all want to move out there to Argentina? Right? I'm pretty sure like every possible that I've noticed, like apart from a few, like, and they're normally dark-skinned brothers, right? They have not had a good time in Argentina. It is probably the most racist country against black people on planet Earth. It is probably the most racist country against black people on planet Earth. Right? I'm just being real here. People say in the Middle Eastern countries, think about the Middle East, right? You can make money there. Like they don't expect you to live there. And I don't know why you want to live there forever in the Middle East, right? However, if you get a contract there, they hire you for some sort of business or to work in the companies, you're getting paid tax-free. I'll take it, right? I'll take it. Then obviously you want to be amongst other expats, right? And chill with them. That's a good deal, bro. We ain't trying to live in the Middle East, you know? Now, is Argentina offering opportunities like that towards black men? Is Argentina offering opportunities like that towards black men? That country is the most racist country, top 3 alongside India and China in the world. And you know, it's just not worth like going there, if I'm honest with you. And I think as passport bros, time is of the essence here. Resources, money, spend your money wisely. Spend your money in countries that gonna suit you. That's gonna suit you. I'm just keeping it a buck. All right. So Argentina, India, China are big no's in our movement. And just seeing the hurt and pain on that old black man's face. He's been through a lot, bro. He's been through a lot. Racism and lack of opportunities will destroy you physically, mentally, and emotionally. Racism and lack of opportunities will destroy you physically, mentally, and emotionally. I gotta keep it a buck. Have you looking old? Have you looking dusty? Have you looking like you have no life in you? God forbid. That's why, like, yes, okay, I keep it a buck, right? The Western countries are terrible for dating, but it gives us black men to make some money. It's not perfect in the Western world, lack of promotions, lack of big jobs, but you know, if we take our currency elsewhere, if we take our currency to like a country where it's cheaper, if we invest our money wisely, like Jam, shout out to Jam, I'm gonna bring you in a minute, bro. Like, you have leverage. You have leverage. And that's what I'm saying. Like, if you're a 22-year-old dude right now, if you're 21 out of university, best be investing your money, bro. Best be investing your money, bro. Best be wise with the money, bro. Put down in stocks, put down in crypto. You know, stay at home, at parents' house, build money, travel, you know. Right? I'm telling you, the world is changing, man. Big time. And you gotta move smart and wisely. Okay? Argentina is a no-no. All right. I've got a couple more clips to react to, but I want to bring in Tazi and Jam. And Mr. T, can I bring you in, bro? Your camera's on. Is that okay? Your camera's on, Mr. T. Is that cool? Okay, let me bring Mr. T. Hold on, in the background. And Jam as well. What's up, Mr. T? What's up, Jam? Y'all good?
I'm doing good so far, man. I'm doing good. What about you?
Hey, I'm doing fantastic, bro. I can't complain. You know, can't complain, bro. Life could be better,
man.
But I'm sure life
man,
could be better.
The life here, man.
I feel you, bro.
It's crazy.
Anything you want to talk about, bro, from regards to the clips or the stream topic?
Yeah, so what I was gonna talk about is like how that Indian woman was seen, like how she was talking about black men like that.
Okay.
Like different demographics will look down on us and see us in a different light.
Yeah, I definitely agree, bro.
Like overspending, like taking women to expensive dates.
Yeah.
You know, it's
Okay.
ruining our image.
I agree, bro. Let me bring in Jam in the background. What's up, Jam? You good?
I'm surviving, bro. Yeah, I drank a little too much last night, so really regretting that right now. But
Hey, watch out for that, bro. Come on, man. You a health freak, man. The alcohol over time gonna mess you up, bro. God forbid, but be careful with that shit,
look,
bro.
yeah, you're right. I mean, you're absolutely right. Can't change the past. Just gotta make better decisions in the future. But I didn't see the Indian clip, so I'm not going to comment on that. But I will say that you're absolutely right. I think I've already said this on a previous stream when I was in Brazil. The first time I went, I was with friends of mine. I didn't go alone because I was afraid of how like dangerous it was because everyone tells you that Brazil is super dangerous. So I didn't want to go alone. But when I went there, that's when I fell in love with it. And while I was there, my friends wanted to go to Argentina, right? And I was like, y'all can go. You guys can go. I'm not going to Argentina. And they were like, "Oh, bro, come on, look at something." And I was like, "No, I'm really not going." Like I was like, "I'm so serious," because I was the only dark skinned brother there in my group. So they were like, "Oh yeah, let's go." And I was like, "All right, y'all can go. I am not going." Like I know the history, and it's like recent history. It's not even like I mean, there are still people who are living memory, right? Who have living memory from the civil rights movement, but they're like ancient. Right, there are people who are still alive, kicking and well, right? Who have from the racist history in Argentina. So I just don't want to hear it. This whole thing of like, oh, they're okay now. I'm like, dude, like 3 decades ago, they were like kicking everyone out. They're having this whole racist movement. So I'm just not, no way. So I completely agree with you about the whole India, right, Argentina, and even China. Like I agree with all that. Like if they don't like us, bro, why are you trying to go to a country that is explicitly, and they're not even trying to hide it. It's not even like America or Brazil where they're like having like no racist movements. They're not even trying to hide their racism. Like they're perfectly content with that, and they're in the minority. Why would you try to go there? I don't know. I mean, so people make their own decisions. That's fine, whatever. But the other thing I wanted to talk about, which is mainly the stream topic, right? Which is why I'm like, dude, there's just no one getting married, bro. Because I'll be honest with you, the Lavar Ball guy, bro. I know people call him a cornball, whatever, but I respect this guy immensely. I mean, this is a dude, right, who did everything right. Like he got married, right? He had 3 kids. He raised them right. He got all 3 of them into the NBA. You know what I mean? He's a masculine brother, right? He doesn't. I mean, he's honestly a great role model, to be honest with you. And that's why when they were hating on him, I'm like, bro, because he says some, maybe some darn things or whatever to get clicks, but they were hating on him so crazy, and I was like, dude, you're hating on him because he's exactly the role model that brothers need, you know. And so this dude, right? He's a very he presents very masculine. He doesn't take anything. Like he's exactly who I want to emulate myself as, right? When I saw that video, right, of him talking about the divorce, you can see. I mean, he's still, like I said, this dude's a strong brother. Even when he was talking about the divorce, he said it with class, right? He didn't say it with envy or anything like that, but you could tell that it hurt him. He was like, okay, like when this girl, apparently his wife had a stroke, he was there for her, you know, and now when he's in this time of need, she left. And that's the thing. That's the problem. Is like, bro, like you could say all this thing about your girl might really be down for you. You know what I mean? She might really be down for you. She might really like you at the time. You don't know what it's going to be like 30 years from now. You just don't know. Like this concept of like loyalty and stuff like that. Women don't have this concept of loyalty. They just don't. And that's why when people say, "Oh, want to get married," I'm like, okay. Like I got friends of mine who are literally getting married. I have to I'm going to the bachelor parties and I have to get ready for weddings. It's like every one of my friends are starting to get married now. It's just crazy. But I just can't see myself doing it in today's world because, like I said, it's the only contract where they can change the rules after you sign it. When I sign a lease, right? If my landlord wants to say, okay, they want to change something about the lease, they have to give me an addendum. Like I have to re-sign it. I have to agree to it. They can't just say, okay, now the price is this, and I have no say so. But with marriage, they can and they do that. I mean, people who were married in the 60s, they were married under the auspice that if they caught their wife cheating and they proved it, they would get a divorce and she gets nothing, right? But then, when Reagan became president in the 80s, right, and he passed no-fault divorce, those same men who thought that they were in the clear, well, now the rules of engagement have changed. And the same thing in the 90s about the whole, I don't want to let's just say, the intimate hand holding, let's just say that, right? Before that was like a duty. I mean, that's literally in the vows. Now they say that that's a struggle, snuggle, or whatever, and so they can just change it anytime they want. And so this whole, like, it sucks, bro, because I feel like I'm trapped, but I just cannot. I mean, this is another brother. I mean, this is a dude who did everything right, and he's getting screwed. I mean, look at him. Like, now I think he lost his life to diabetes, and look at where he's at. His woman left him. Like, I mean, this is just, he's done everything right. He spoke only well of his wife. He's done everything right, and then this is where he's left. So this is just another datum point for me to be like, yeah, marriage is just not for me. I know, they say you're going to be lonely or whatever, yada yada. Okay, I'd rather be lonely than scorned, because look at where he's at.
Damn. No, great breakdown there, Jam. Great breakdown. I think only just coming to wants to chime in as well. What's up, bro? You good?
I'm well. Can you guys hear me okay?
But your audio is a bit bad, bro. A bit spaced out. You gotta get closer to your mic.
Okay, 1 second.
No, Jam, I feel you, Jam. Like it is a risk, but that's why, bro. You gotta protect your assets. You gotta protect like what you have, prenup, trust. Like, I feel like marriage is important if you want to have kids. Not plenty of foreign women will actually accept a child without marriage, bro. Like, yeah, West women would probably accept that, but a foreign woman brother would probably not accept that. A family will get involved. Hey, no kid without marriage, bro. Like, and if you want kids, right, marriage will be on the card for a lot of foreign chicks, bro. I'll keep her a buck. So how would you do with that, Jam?
Well, I disagree. I'm not gonna lie, I disagree.
Okay.
Especially these Gen Z women, right? I definitely think you can convince them to have kids without marriage. Women are very emotional creatures. It's both good and bad. It's the reason why they lead in divorces, because when they just don't feel you anymore. Things like honor, duty, respect just doesn't matter to them. But it's the same reason why you're able to convince them to have a kid without the marriage, because if they like you and they can't imagine themselves living without you, they'll do whatever they need in order to please you. Like, I've learned this through my experience with women, So, I mean, yeah, her family might be the biggest hurdle against it. But if she's down for you, like, she will probably do it. I mean, I honestly believe that the girl I'm with right now, if I wanted a kid and I didn't want to get married, she would do it. I honestly believe that. And she's like literally the type of girl you're talking about, like conservative, like, 2-parent household, like rich girl, especially for Vietnamese standards. And I think she'll do it just because she likes me enough. So I don't agree with that. And then the other thing I wanted to say as well is that when you say like protect your assets, it's not even about the whole protect your assets thing, bro. It's like protects like your emotional state or emotional well-being. I mean, this dude built a life with this woman. You know what I mean? And then she left him. And like, bro, that's gotta hurt, bro. I mean, like that's like part of your identity. You know what I'm saying? So like, if you already are under the disposition that, okay, this is just a part of my life, like this is what I need her to have kids, but I don't view her as like my other half or, yada, yada. Then, all right, if she leaves or whatever, it's not that big of a deal. But when like she's your wife and she does that, I mean, no, dude, I mean, it's just, let's be real. I mean, even if you protect your assets, it's still a big emotional blow, right, to your emotional state and well-being. So, I mean, like I said, this is just another datum point for me to be like, yeah, I'm just not getting married. Like, I just don't. I think that is like an old world custom, and I just don't think it suits us anymore. It's unfortunate, but I really do believe that it's just. I mean, I just really believe. I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. I just don't think. Like, I wish it wasn't the case. I wish that marriage was something that benefited us and I could still recommend it. But like at this point, it's like, yeah, you're really only saying it's the whole kids thing. That's really the only benefit as a man. And even the whole kids thing, you can have a kid without the woman. So I mean, yeah, the only reason why you want to get married is maybe legal protection. Yeah, I don't know. When I have kids, I'll cross that hurdle. But yeah, I don't think you need to necessarily get married in order to have kids. Although I do understand your point, not in terms of the woman, right? Because I don't care what the woman wants. I'm pretty sure that I can convince a woman to yield to my wants. But the legal standpoint, because if the woman decides to change and you're not married, you have very few legal protections when it comes to your kids.
Damn. Only just commentary. Do you want to chime in, bro? Okay. What's up? What's up, bro?
Can you hear me better, brothers?
Yeah, a bit better, bro.
Okay. Yeah. First of all, I'd like to say it's great that you guys are creating a space like this for brothers like us to talk. No matter what your walk of life is, all creeds. Yeah, I just wanted to jump on the call and kind of first just talk about things from my experience as well.
Okay.
I live in the States. I live in Texas primarily, and I'd have to say, man, it's really getting bad. I'm like early 30s, right? I still remember a time when things were a lot more natural between men and women, even in the Western societies as well. I don't exactly know why there was such a rush, why there was such an acceleration towards you could even say dissolvement of the nuclear family as an idea. You know what I mean? It's just really interesting. I can't put my finger on it, right? I mean, because the way I look at things, I'm reading this novel. It's called Political Order and Political Decay by Francis Fukuyama, and he talks about national identity. He references Japan, China, Asian countries as having very homogenous, or if not the most homogenous, ethnic groups of people in the world. They have a very strong national identity. You go to these. That's why I do believe that traveling, when you do have these experiences with women, how it's natural, how women look at men just generally in a positive light, which that's all that's really needed, just a positive light. It's because they have a strong national identity. That's what I've been able to kind of observe. So I'm saying all that to basically say I completely agree that Africa is for the black man, although there can be there's a few issues. No continent or country is perfect. I do believe that Africa is the best place for a man to not only meet women and date, but to potentially marry. I'm Cameroonian myself. I'm West African. And even though you do see some issues in the minds of a lot of some African women today, especially with, I mean, some of them are just kind of like, I'm not going to say bedwench, but you guys know what I'm talking about. Like I've definitely observed certain things, and who's to say that there's not a common denominator with a lot of black women in the West that also somewhat do the same thing, especially these days, But yeah, I would just have to say that, I think that Africa definitely is not just a new frontier. It's the greatest opportunity. I don't want to be long-winded, but I also had some opinions on some other topics you guys are talking about. But yeah, it's just great to actually be on the panel here, and I respect what you guys are doing.
Hey, thank you, Brian. I know we have some clips to react to, and I want to hear your opinions on the clips and the future ones to react to later on tonight. But let me just add to your point about Africa, right? I agree as well, bro. And that's how I'm telling brothers, like, hey, brothers, start liking BWs again. I don't blame a lot of Black American men and Black British men and Black Canadian men from turning their backs against BWs, because we grew up amongst the worst BWs in existence, right? In the hood, Keisha, Shakishas, and that kind of skews your mindset. But the world is big. African Black women are a lot different from Western BW, especially one from a good family, one that's Christian, one that's Muslim, one that's takes education seriously. They're different, right? And I feel like, hey, brothers, like when it comes down to it, right, we're gonna have a foreign BWs right beside us. Because I'll be real with you here, right? Like, I feel like the darker a woman is, the more opportunities we have with her. Because I'll be honest with you, brothers, right? Like, racism exists, colorism exists, right? And I feel like Southeast Asia, right, dark-skinned women, African women, dark-skinned women are the best for black men. I'm just being real here. You may disagree, brothers, but we got to be realistic here as to what our options are and what's possible for us. Is it impossible to get a white chick or East Asian chick? No, it isn't, right? However, also culture matters too. Are you happy with eating pork every day? Are you happy eating octopus every day? Are you happy eating some weird stuff? Like, you're thinking, what the hell is that, bro? But certain cultures, that's their culture, bro. But obviously with an African chick, right? Chicken, rice, beans, that's a black man's food, bro. Let's keep it a buck, right? So
Yeah, not for
culture's
me, bro.
also
Not for
important
me.
as well. Go on, speak on that, Jam. Go on, bro.
No, I'm joking. You know I don't eat chicken, bro. I'm just making a joke. Not for me, bro. But actually, not even just that. The women not for me either, bro. I'll be honest with you. Yeah, you with it? I got you, bro. But yeah, I'm off it. Like I've sworn it off, bro. I mean, if I meet the what do they call it? The talented 10th, Booker T. Washington type stuff. All right, then obviously I'll go for it. But I am off that, bro. I'll be honest with you. I'm off it. And also I want to push back a little bit, bro, on the whole, like, the darker woman, the better the opportunity. Like, why do you say that? Because, when you said that, my mind immediately went to, like, they got no options, so they're going for us. Like, I don't want a woman to choose me out of desperation. I want a woman to choose me because she wants me. So if you get with, like, what's it called? What's considered like a beautiful girl by all races, right? And she chooses you, that means she actually likes you. But if you get with a girl who you find attractive, but maybe in her culture she's not seen as attractive because she's dark skinned or whatever, then maybe she's only choosing you because you're the best of the options she has available. I don't like doing that. I want a girl to actually want me. So I mean, it's kind of tough, bro. Because I actually love the dark skinned Asian chicks. I think I told you before. Like in Brazil, I love the mulatto chicks, but they're seen as like lesser. But then I'm always like curious. I'm like, okay, well, if I got myself a white Brazilian, she chose me. Like I know she can get another person, so that means she probably actually just wants me. But with the dark skinned Asians or the mulattoes, you're not too sure about that. So like, I want you to speak on that.
So before I speak on that, bro, like someone said that just don't eat it, right? Do you think your wife will be happy where she's cooking you food, right? That's octopus, pork, and some other weird shit, right? And you ain't eating that. That's food she grew up on, bro. And I feel like being a pastor, bro, is beyond looks. It's beyond, her having a great body. It's also about culture as well. Are you happy with the food they're gonna eat? The woman eats. Are you happy, with the drinks the drinks they drink? If you ain't right, then you need to like figure out, okay, what do you like and what works for you? Me, I love the jerk chicken. I love the rice. I love the beans. I love the curry goat. And that's where obviously Caribbean and Africa, that's where that cuisine is. I'm not saying I'm opposed to Asian food. I like Asian food as well, not Chinese food. I don't eat Chinese food, right? But I'm just saying that like food also matters, culture matters, aside from looks and body. And I think a lot of brothers are ignoring that. Let's just keep her a buck, right? And on Jam's point, right? And if you want to chime in on the commentary, feel free to do so. I disagree, Jam, right? I just feel like, when it comes down to it, from the very core essence, right? I just feel like when it comes to culture, BWs are the best for us. And number two, Southeast Asia. But I'm not sleeping on Vietnamese chicks, bro. I realize that they're good as well. Filipinos as well. But that's what I said in my stream last week there. I feel like Africa and Southeast Asia are best options. Like, if you want a white chick, that's good for you. If you want an East Asian chick, that's great for you, right? But be realistic here as to what options you have more in. We're going to have more options in Africa, more options in Southeast Asia than white West pink countries like China and Korea. Those are my thoughts. Only comment, you want to chime in, bro? Or Mr. T?
Yeah, I can definitely chime in here. Can you guys still hear me okay?
Loud and clear, bro.
Okay. I'm driving to Dallas right
Yeah, we
now,
can.
so I'm driving to Dallas right now, so if I'm breaking up, I wouldn't mind making a stop. But yeah, I have to agree. I think there is opportunity in other countries as well, but from my experience, because I have traveled to I'm not so well traveled, but I have been to Brazil. All right, I've been to West Africa. I've been to Kenya. Right. In my experience, I've been to Colombia as well. Right. In my experience, when the thing is growing up as because the thing is I was born in Boston, right? So yes, I'm American, but I grew up in a very strong African cultural household, right? But I had all my boys growing up, growing up from all over the place, whether they're from, the Dominican Republic, whether an individual is from Jamaica, So what I'm saying is that I can see both sides. That I really can see both sides, and in my experience, you feel like just imagine marrying a young lady. You say, "Hey, this young lady is a good person. This is someone I can see myself being with." A Christian woman, right? Um, how about their in-laws? When you marry someone, this is actually important. I mean, I've never been married, but again, this is from my experience of what I've seen, right? Other people, I think everybody can kind of relate to this. When you get married, right? You marry their family. Your family marries their family. That's something you can't. I mean, I know in the West, there's maybe some separation there. It's not as they don't take it as seriously. I'll just say that. Uh, but their in-laws, an African young lady's in-laws, can embrace you in a way where you would think that those are your parents, man. They look at you and they say they'll look at you and they'll say that's my son. I've seen that. And the thing is, we're young now. We're young men now, but you have to think forward. I'm the kind of guy. I'm the kind of guy. I don't believe in I don't believe in extremes. Um, I believe in truths, right? And there's certain things that I will not waver on. And when it comes to getting married, that's one thing that I understand, especially when you travel abroad, especially when you're dating these women. Their families may not really ever warm up to you the way you think. And you know what? When you're 55, that's gonna bother you a little bit. And then you think about your children. I mean, you just want things to make sense. That's how you just want it to make sense. But at the same time, of course, it's not impossible to marry a Cuban woman and your in-laws or your Cuban in-laws love you. It's not impossible, but I'll definitely tell you this: as a black man, I don't care where you're from. If you're a black man, you're a black man. Right? Um, Black people will love you more than anybody else.
Dude, are you sure
That's
about
just
that?
I believe the thing is I do believe in that. I do believe in that. Now there's issues, there's conflicts. I mean, right now in Cameroon, the French are killing the Francophones are killing the Anglophones.
Yo, yo, yo,
That is
don't,
that doesn't
yo,
seem like
they're
love.
unaliving. They're unaliving. Don't say that on stream.
I'm sorry.
Keep it
Keep it
coded,
coded.
please. Keep it coded, bro.
Okay.
Unaliving, deletion. Yeah, please keep it
Oh,
coded,
I
bro.
see. I see. I
The
see. I see.
words. We're on YouTube.
Politics, absolutely. There's a conflict. So no, I definitely would agree. There is a loss. There are issues, but let me just wrap it up. I do believe that you will have the less friction. Less friction. You will have the least resistance if you. And the thing is, there's so much variety back home too. There's so much variety. You know what I mean? I mean, you have Eritrean women, you have Moroccan women, and I'm not saying Morocco doesn't have their issues with colorism as well, but you will absolutely find what you're looking for um, on that continent. It has the greatest variation amongst any people in the world. Uh, so yeah, I mean that's just kind of my 2 cents on that. But I do respect. I love to see people who choose who they want to be with and they stand on it. I respect that more than anything. I've dated Indian women. I've dated Indian women. I've dated Hispanic. I've dated every ethnicity. So that's just kind of my take on that.
There you go. Let me react to a few more clips. Then we'll circle back on this one over here. But this has been a great stream so far. It's early morning at the moment, so I want to shower. I've got a long day ahead, but I'm going to leave the stream on for like another hour at least, and then wrap it up. So let me just bring up another clip. Right, just want to hear your thoughts on it, brothers. Give me a sec. But this might be a separate topic, but I'm very happy as to how we're discussing this. Give me a sec.
Una gran responsabilidad.
No, that's not the one. We answered that one right before. From studio. Hold on. Video file. Okay, here's one. Let's go. This one.
Gen Z men.
So let's talk about this clip over here in regards to how half of Gen Z men have given up on dating. Let's go.
Half of Gen Z men no longer actively even trying to date. They're not.
Damn, flipping heck. Not even trying, bruv. Let's go.
Not even trying. And so the question is, well, why is that happening for women? Women, first off, are dating older. They want more economically and emotionally viable men, and that usually means old.
Thing is, how older though? If you're saying 10 years older, I don't believe that. If you're saying 5 years older, I agree. That's where women mostly max is their point as to if they're 23, they're going to go for 28-year-old guy or 27-year-old guy max. Nothing older than that. Let's keep it a buck.
Older men. In addition, when young women are lonely, they have much better social networks. They have
that I agree with. They have hobbies, dance club, friend groups, cafe meetups. When men are lonely, men just play video games. Men just want to hold it all in. That's why I have this channel where we can all come together to speak about issues that affect us as men. A lot of men, they keep and hold their anger in to a point where they crash out someday, you know? But let's carry on watching.
Have much stronger friend networks, whereas guys become kind of lone wolves and kind of literally sequester from everyone and everything.
Facts, absolute facts. That's something I agree with, right? So the first question is, why have Gen Z men given up on dating, particularly in the West? Well, I'll go first, and I'm sure you guys want to chime in after. Number one, high expectations. We now live in a society where it looks over everything, right? Are you tall? Are you over 6 foot? Do you have a square jawline, right? Are you athletic? Are you athletic genetically? You know, do you have money? Okay. Do you work in finance? These are things that women have become very, very hard on when looking for a guy, particularly in like metropolitan cities like London, New York, Washington, DC. I've been to America, right? I couldn't crack America. I tried. I'll be honest with you. I tried in America, right? I got no play in NY, Philly, or DC. And yeah, I joked that, hey, I'm uglier than Shrek, right? But I have confidence, right? And I believe in myself, and I dress well. I cut my hair every 2 weeks, right? My teeth are white. They're not really yellow, right? So I know that I'm not like a bummy looking dude. I couldn't crack these cities, right? The same way I just can't crack the UK as well, because women have high expectations. And a lot of men who are average, right, who are not in that top 5% of dudes who are getting all the women right now, they're struggling. They're struggling. I think, what's it, top 20% or top 30% of dudes? If you're not in that bracket, you're struggling, right? And it is a pain, and it is so sad to see. And then years go by, you're lonely, no woman, you're getting older, etc., etc., etc. You got to start making some big moves, whether it's becoming a passport bro, whether it's doing something else, right? Or else, like, you're going to be 50, 60, and you're going to be like, oh, yo, where did all the time go? Okay, brothers, what are your thoughts on the clip here and my reasoning as to why Gen Z men are lonely? What's your thoughts here?
You've been speaking straight facts, bro. I mean, I'm just gonna add to it because everything you said was facts. Yeah, I mean, it's not giving up, bro. Like, they know that they can't do it. They can't hack it. So like, why keep trying in order to get the same result? Like, if you're gonna get if two outcomes lead to the same result, then just do the one that requires less effort. If they try, they gain no love, and if they don't try, they're not gaining any love. So might as well not try because it requires less effort. And then in terms of the whole, like, the men being by themselves or yada yada is because no one gives a crap, bro. This is what I was trying to tell my lady before. I'm like, yo, no one cares, bro, when you're a man, bro. That's why men don't cry, because we learned, like, if crying actually worked, bro, men would cry. You know, I could actually, this is going to sound weird, but I could actually cry on demand. Like, I learned how to do that. I don't know why. I can just do it. I never do it, though, because I'm a man. Like, if I was a woman, I'd be abusing the hell out of that. But I never do that because I'm a man, because no one cares. In fact, people will actually view me as weaker, lesser, and actually like use as like as a dig at me. You know, they might see me as more vulnerable. So in terms of the whole the reason why men can't get any women in the US is because, like, really it goes down to, like, in terms of hierarchy, right? Women care about 4 things in descending order, right? The number 1 thing is provisioning, right? Second is looks. Third is alpha traits, so, like, you know, your person, and then the last is your personality. Like, people always say, "Oh, you have good personality." Both men and women care about personality beliefs. Like, that's the last thing we care about. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, just like if a girl has a great personality but she's 380 pounds, I don't care how good her personality is. I'm not with it. And it's the same thing for the man. If he has a great personality, but he's short and he's uglier than Shrek. But you know what I'm saying? Like, they're not going to care about that. So the reason why looks has become such a hierarchy now versus previously is because most men can't do the provisioning. Like, most men can't make enough money where it's actually going to affect the woman's life, right? If you're making 300K and above, right, you're going to see that your money actually does affect the way the woman treats you, because you actually can tangibly, right, affect her life tangibly, like way more. Like, you can essentially afford for her not to work. You know what I mean? But most men can't do that. We live in a cost of living crisis, right? So the overall majority of men simply can't, simply don't earn enough money where money becomes a factor. So because of that, looks is now the most important thing, because that's the only thing you really can alter for most men, right? Most men make less than 100K a year, and they can't really afford to for their woman that they're with to stop working or yada yada. So really, looks is taking a premium over everything else because of the whole cost of living factor, right? Women are forced to work, and getting with a man isn't going to change their livelihood tangibly, right? Then they're gonna optimize for looks. You know, they're gonna optimize for that, and that's the reason why you see most of the overall majority of men just can't hack it, because, like, being average, right? And it's funny because you see it even with people now, right? When you call someone average, it's like viewed as an insult, right? But it's not an insult. I mean, that's just literally what the majority of people are. But unfortunately, as a man, you cannot be average. You have to be above average in every way. You need to be above average in height. You need to be above average in facial structure. You need to be above average in, like, muscularity. You need to be above average in, like, personality, like funniness, confidence, everything. Like, you being average means you get no play. So yeah, it's just and the funny thing is, it's not even just, dude, every country is doing this, bro. Every country, you can look at even Thailand's having, like, this issue, right? I think they have like a birth rate of, like, under 1, right, per kid per couple. It's ridiculous. So every country is going through this. All the women are essentially just having super high standards, and that's the reason why I say, like, as a man, bro, like, we know what these women want. So don't be tricked into thinking, oh, I should, like, be spending more for the same amount. Like, if I can get water, right? If I can get a bottle of water for 50 cents here, but I got to pay $10 somewhere else, why would I spend $10? Like, we know exactly what they want, so I'm just going to go where I'm already seen as better. You know, in the U.S., it's like playing on extremely high difficulty. You need to be super rich, super tall, super handsome, super whatever, and you're not even getting a better price. You're actually getting a lower quality woman. It'd be one thing if the women were better looking, right, and they were hotter and yada yada, but they're not. So you're literally playing on what do you call? I'm sorry, I don't play video games, but, like, what's that Call of Duty thing? Like, on maximum difficulty to get a lower price. So that's the reason why the passport bro thing is becoming, like, you're seeing it. It's becoming much more popular, because it's really the only viable solution for men. It's either you got to get extremely good looking so that women care about you, or you got to leave and play in a server, right, to make a game reference, right, where you can actually compete in. That's literally the only 2 options men have.
Facts, bro. Absolute facts. You broke it down so nicely there, Jam. I don't want to mention his name, but there's someone that does surgery to make himself, like, look good, and he gets women in America quite easily, actually, very easy. And he's a douchebag. He's an absolute douchebag, right? But he gets women because they see him as good looking. Looks really is everything right now in the West. Where when you go abroad, right, long as you're not fat, long as you're not fat, okay, long as and you have a decent haircut, right? You're in shape, and you dress good, you smell all right. There's bound to be a foreign woman that likes you. There's bound to be, and if you can't get that, something is really, really wrong. Honestly, only commentary. Do you want to chime in, bro? What's your thoughts?
Yeah, I agree with both of you guys. I agree with both of your sentiments. I just think it's just insane, man. Because I don't know. Do you guys all live in the state? You guys don't live in the States, do you? I mean, what I'm asking is, do you guys live in the West right now, currently?
Correct.
No, I've
Okay.
left. I've been gone for 4 years.
Hey, God bless you, man. God
Yeah.
bless you. That's awesome. Um, yeah. I'm literally about to. I don't even know why I do this, to be honest. It's because I have. I mean, we're men, right? Right now. I'm about to go out to Uptown in Dallas right now, and I'm gonna play the field. I'm a shooter. I'm a shooter, man. Like I don't. I go for it. You know what I mean? But at the same time, man, the conversion is so low. In the States, something I've noticed, just like this gentleman was talking about, there's no point in really being sincere when it comes to dating, man. I mean, you just look at people like LeVar Ball, like Tom Brady. It's like, what's the point, man? What's really the point? I mean, it's just insane. I mean, I can't tell you how many 35, 38, 42-year-olds I see, women that I see in the club, man, or at a bar or at a speakeasy, single as hell, man, and pretty. I'm not, and obviously they're not the best looking woman in the world. No, I mean they're a beautiful woman anywhere. But even for the states, like we can all acknowledge that there are good looking women in the states. I mean that's
Yeah.
obvious. We know that. You know what I mean? But it's like, it's sad, man. I don't know. They're literally falling on their own swords. I don't understand what's going on, dude. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm talking about, there's a 36-year-old I'm talking to right now. I'm looking at this chick like, look, what? Why? Why? She has the eight. I'm not gonna go into details, but I mean, it's like even LeVar Ball's wife, man, like, or ex at this point, I believe. I mean, she's gonna regret it. I can't wait to see the content when that comes out. That's it, man.
So, thanks for your breakdown there, brothers. Absolute facts. Get your passports to get out this matrix, man, because it's about to get a lot more worse before it gets better. All right, so let me add to the next one over here. I got another caller that I'm gonna bring in. Show free fan. Hold on, bro. I'm gonna bring you in a bit. Let me see. What's up, Show for you? Good, bro?
Yo, what's up? Can anyone hear me?
Loud and clear, bro. How you doing, bro?
I'm doing fine, man. I was just tuning into the conversation about, if you don't mind, I want to talk about the Gen Z thing.
Yes, brother. Fire away, bro.
Okay. The thing is, man, like, I really think you guys like overestimate like what and who Gen Z are, man. As a Gen Z myself, man, I realized that a lot of the guys just aren't trying, not because of like the competition or the women or things of that nature, but it's because a lot of them are like reclusive, right? I know that, IP, maybe Jam, maybe Mr. T, maybe only just commentary, maybe I'm guessing, and this is an assumption, that you guys probably grew up in like the 90s, right? Where like, everyone's
Dude,
outside.
I'm Gen Z, bro. I'm
Wait,
Gen
you
Z,
are?
bro. Yeah.
God dang. Okay, sorry about that. That was a bad assumption on my part. But like, as someone that grew up around Gen Z, and that is of course not born in the 90s, so many people that I interact with are just on their phones, man. They're doom scrolling. They're doing a lot of like, they have a lot of destructive behavior, and they also tend to like oddly convince themselves that like they're purists and that they're waiting for marriage and things of that nature. But the real truth is that they're not. they're too glued to their phones, they're too glued into the group chats and things of that nature to even make an effort.
Dude, I'm gonna have to disagree with you on here, bro. And I can already tell, bro. Like you're probably. First of all, let me just ask. Like this is gonna sound very vain, but I just need to know this. How tall are you, bro?
I'm 5'11".
Okay, exactly. So my whole thing is, bro, dude. Like some people are just born like they're born good looking. But like I was born as a recluse, bro. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like I was a recluse growing up, but I actually wasn't ugly. I was just kind of like trained to be like a recluse, right? Because every man, just like what's his name, like only just commentary right now. Like he's like, why am I doing this? Right? He's going out to hunt. Every man has his innate drive to hunt, bro. If they're doing these things, bro, it's because they've been beaten and battered down so much that they use these as like essentially as like what I'm looking for. What's the word I'm looking for? They essentially use this as like God, why is the word eluding me? But they're using this as a substitute, right? A substitute, like a coping mechanism, right? Because they know they can't get the woman that they want. No one willingly chooses, oh, let me just go on anime and choose that over a real woman, bro. No one does that, bro. What they do is they try, they get beamed down. You have to understand, the standards now is higher than ever. Like we went, dude, and the reason why we can talk about this openly now is because of the internet. If it wasn't for the internet, people would still be gaslighting us, like, oh, it's not that bad. Like, you got to keep trying. But because of the internet, men can compare notes, so we can see that, dude, this is the highest standards that women have ever had in human history. And so, dude, you're all right, you're pretty tall, right? I'm sure you're decent looking enough, and so you tried and it worked out for you. So you're thinking, oh, every man can just do that. What if you're the man who's 5'7"? You know what I mean? What if you're a man who's like short? And you're not that extremely good looking, right, in the face, bro? He's gonna have a completely different perspective than you. And this is something I know because, like I said, I went on, I was on Tinder, and I get, I do pretty decently on Tinder. I got, a couple. Well, let me just say I do decent, all right. But my friend, and he's not ugly, bro. He is not ugly. He's a white dude too, but he's short. I'm seeing him on Tinder. He had 3 matches, bro. 3 matches, and I'm like, dang, bro, just 3. Like 3. He's been on Tinder the entire time. He only has 3, bro. Like it's just different realities. You know what I mean? Maybe you're decent looking enough, so you think, oh, okay, just try. And things are going to work out for you. But unfortunately for many men, actually the majority of men, that's just not their reality, bro. And that's why they're doing these other things to cope. It's not that they can't, it's not that they can get women, but they're choosing differently. It's that most of the times they can't. And then this is their substitution.
And you know what, to chime in on this, hold that thought there. We'll come back to this one. I want to read to a Japanese clip that is kind of linked to this, and it just shows that looks is everything. Because I think it's the people that are not in that look scale that are struggling. And I think that's applying anywhere around the world. That's why self-improvement, dressing well, knowing your style, hygiene is very key right now for men. Hold that thought there, Mr. Shofu fan. I'm going to bring you in because we've got like another 40 minutes and then I got a shower, but then I'll leave the stream on for the last bit and I'll come back to in the stream. So yeah, I can chop it up. Give me a sec here. Let me just share my screen over here real quick. Video file. I think it's this one over here. Give me a second. All right, so here's a clip from Japan, right? In regards to people are saying that young people in Japan are losing interest in dating. Is that true or is that false? Let's check it out.
最近 SNS なので若者の恋愛離れが増えているというふうによく耳すると思うんですけれども、どう思いますか？恋愛離れしてないと思う。
Notice how she says that she doesn't think it's true. Now, this woman here is decent looking. I guarantee you, if she was ugly, she would agree to it. Okay? I'm spotting a trend here. Good-looking people, when they're asked this question in any country, is our country or city losing interest in dating? They'll normally say no. My friends, who are probably also good-looking as well, have girlfriends or boyfriends, right? Let's carry on watching. Another good-looking Japanese woman saying, I don't think that's happening.
あんまないです。周りの友達はじゃあ結構恋愛してる子が多い？多いですね。恋人いますか？います。
She got a boyfriend, her friends are relationships. I'm noticing a trend here.
いません。周りの友達とかに恋愛してる子が多いから自然と恋人ができるみたいな、そういう空気になる。なきにしもあらずって感じです。お姉さん逆に出会いが少ないとか、今は恋愛よりも頑張りたいことがあるとか、理由がもしあれば。確かに出会いは少ない方なのか かなっていうふうに感じます。マッチング系とかで求めていくまではない。ないです。なんかちょっと怖いっていう気持ちはやっぱあっ
Interesting.
たりします。日本は若者が恋愛を少なくなってるっていう傾向あるんですけど、そういう時代に今後もなっていくと思いますか？
思います。なんかオタ活とか恋愛以外でも満足できるものが
There are a lot of things that make people happy. Anime, idols, a lot. But the thing is, right? These are, in my opinion, Japanese people that are not desirable, that are not dating. Desirable Japanese people are dating, and that goes for anywhere around the world. Desirable Americans are dating. Desirable Chinese people are dating. Desirable Brazilians are dating, right? And the ones who are not desirable, right? They are, like Jam said, looking at other vices, whether it's anime, whether it's idol worship in Japan context, whether it's playing video games, where it's like they're checking out, right, to fill that void. Let's keep her a buck.
結構あるのかな。
アニメとか熱中できるものがある人が増えてきてるから、そういうのにフォーカス当ててる人は多いんじゃないかなって思います。
No, they can't get a woman. Therefore, they're replacing that void by watching anime, playing video games, worshipping goddamn cartoons, dance on YouTube. But what's your thoughts here? Anyone that want to chime in on this particular topic?
All right, I'll go again, bro. I wanted to wait. I want to give everyone else an opportunity, but yeah, you're absolutely right. Like that's exactly what I think, bro. And like some people say I'm trolling, bro, or whatever, yada yada. Like, bro, I'm not trolling. This is reality, dude. Like, and I'm like I said, I haven't really suffered from this since high school. I've done pretty decently for myself, but I can see, right? I mean, dude, it's literally everywhere, bro. Every country is going into this trend. You can look at this up. You can look this up, and if you look into it, because I'm very big into language learning. Right. So, I speak a few languages now, like that's my hobby. Right. You'll see it. They all talk about it. They all have they have like this community, bro, in Spanish, in Portuguese, in French. They have this stuff, bro. They talk about this. It's not only in English, bro. They even in Japanese, bro, they talk about this, man. This isn't just a trend that's going everywhere, bro. And it's like the fact that people are pretending, like I hate, like, oh my God, I just really dislike when people pretend like they can't see reality. Like, oh, height doesn't matter. When girls really have filters, right, that say you need to be 6 foot plus. And I'm not even trying to say that in dating. I'm tall. I'm 6'2". I mean, I'm not that tall, but I'm tall enough. I just know that height matters because I mean, literally, girls have filters for that. That's like a woman saying that weight doesn't matter. Oh, you can be fat, and guys will still like you. I mean, sure, but not the desirable guys. Like, we're talking about desperate dudes who would definitely trade you in for a skinny woman if they could. People talk about, oh, being bald doesn't matter, being broke doesn't matter. Like you have to have like a nice mouthpiece, like just spit game. Like looks don't matter at all. Like it's like, bro, we're done with all that, bro. Like that is like some '90s game right there, bro. Maybe in the '90s that was true. That is not true now. You know what I mean? Height does matter, right? I'm not saying it's the only thing that matters. You can obviously, it's like an equation, bro. You can make up for things that you lack. You can be a short. I've seen short kings, right, do well, obviously. But that being short is still a knack, right? They had other things that went well for them. They were popular, they were good looking, right? They had charisma, etc. But if you take the same dude, right, but make him taller, right, he's gonna do better. I mean, it's just that simple. Like the fact that people can't accept this in 2026, they're still trying to fight this. It's probably because they're short. Honestly, I'm not trying to be rude, but that's probably what it is. Like, dude, come on. Like we know this already. Right? The data is out. We know, like, it's solved. It's like a solved game, bro. It's kind of like Connect 4. It's a solved game. We know what women want. Like, stop pretending like these things don't matter when they obviously do.
Facts, bro. Absolute facts. I know, like, you made a point there, like, if you're not tall, you make up for in other things. And I feel like, like, if you have a really slim face, square jawline, that can make up for lack of height. Because I've seen dudes that are short, right? But they've got that square jawline, the cheekbones pop out, hollow cheeks, right? And women love that. Let's keep her a buck. And I feel like, okay, let's say you're 5'7", 5'8", but your jawline is on point, you're going to get girls. But if you're 5'6", 5'7", right, you ain't got a jawline, face is slightly puffy, but you're skinny, it ain't going to work out, right, like you want it to, right? Especially if you're a brother. I'm just keeping a buck, right? Looks are becoming very, very important in the modern world, because guess what? Women got money now. Women got money, right? Especially like, okay, how about I talk about Japan? Jam, you've been in Japan, right? The women that got money, bro. So they don't care about your money for the most part, right? Like, yeah, some will do, right? but at least look good, bro. At least don't be fat. Ain't that right, Jam?
Dude, that's fat. I mean, well, you know, I already told you about that one situation when I was with that girl who had the fiance, right? If you remember that, if you remember that. But yeah, dude, that's facts, bro. These, like I said, these girls have their own money, bro. So unless you're making bank, and I mean, like, we're talking about like top 1% income, top 1, top 2% income. Your money just doesn't, it just isn't that important to women, bro. And when you talk about the whole face thing, you're absolutely right about that, dude. What I would say is this, right? The shorter you are, the better looking you have to be. It's that simple. You know what I mean? It's really that simple, right? If you're really tall, you can get away with being kind of like mid in the face or ugly, bro. Like if you're like 6'7", you can get away with that. I've seen tall people who aren't that good looking, but because you know they're super tall, right? They can still get girls. You know what I mean? But if you're short, you don't have that leeway, bro. And it's like I'm just tired of people gaslighting me like this doesn't matter, bro. Like you ask the women themselves, and they literally admit this. They don't even lie. You know, they literally admit this. I mean, they have. Why didn't they have height filters on dating apps? They literally have height filters, bro. Like it's like, bro, like come on, man. Like, and then you have people like, you know, a friend of mine who he's a good looking dude. He lies about his height because he's not over 6 feet, and he knows that if he puts his real height on dating apps, a lot of the women that he'll match with will be filtered out. Now, obviously, when they see him in person, they're cool with it because he's a good looking guy. But even he knows, okay, I gotta lie about my height because I'm not 6 feet. So it's like the fact that people are just coping about this and pretending like this doesn't matter. I'm like, oh my, this is why I love this space, because this is one of the few spaces where people just keep it a buck, they keep it honest. You know, this whole thing of like, oh yeah, nothing matters at all. You could be like a 4'5" midget, broke Shrek looking dude, and as long as you have good game, you know what I mean? You just have to talk really good. You have a good game, bro, like your mouthpiece. Where's the personality, bro? You know, then you can get it. It's like, no, dude, we've already been revealed. Like I said, the game is solved. The dating game is solved. We know what women want. And so your best bet, right, if you can't make the income or you can't, like the reason why the passport bro thing works is because they all want the same thing. The reason why the passport bro thing works is because even though you're the same person going to different places, right, you're not taking your competition with you. Right. If everyone went with you, like if you decided to go to Japan and then everyone in America decided to go as well, you'll see Japan will just be just like America 2.0. There's really no difference. The women all act the same. The only reason why it's different is because you're not taking your competition with you. So like I said, this is all pretty much solved. Like it's already solved. We know it. Back in the day, like our forefathers, whatever, they used to have sayings like, don't try to understand women, women understand each other and they hate each other, or women are fickle. They didn't know what women wanted. We're the first generation. We absolutely 100% know what women want. We know it. It's no longer a mystery. It's solved. And so to try to gaslight is just, all right, I don't know. I'm just laughing at this because like I said, we already know what women want. We know it already. And I'm tired of people trying to gaslight me. Like reality isn't, like I'm not looking at reality in the face.
Facts. It's funny how people are saying, oh, jawline, laughing at that. But you guys underestimate the power of having a jawline, bro. You guys underestimate the power of having a square jawline. I'm telling you, that is an absolute
saw, right? You see the difference because you just lost weight, right? You just got in shape, right? You see the difference, right?
Bro,
you see the difference.
Big difference, bro. 9% body fat. My upper cheekbones. There's a bone popping out on my face, but I got 2 upper cheekbones. Right, bones are literally popping out. Got a bit of hollow cheeks as well. I see the difference. I really do, right? When you drop the fat, when you build muscle, when you're lean, right? And I'm not 6'2", I'm not 6'3", right? But the jawline has actually upped my points. Huge difference, bro. Huge difference. I'm keeping it a buck, right? I'm just keeping it real.
Yeah, bro, I told you, bro. Like I literally told, and I'm so glad because you're a recent example of this. I told my friends this as well. I'm like, yo, one of the first things you can do if you're not like lean is get lean, bro. Like you need to get lean. You know what I mean? Most of us have pretty decent genetics. Some people it's unfortunate, but most of us have pretty decent genetics. But you don't see it because you have all the visceral fat. And like that's one thing that you can do, right? That can help you against your competition is just get lean, bro. Like I run an hour every day. Although I'm not gonna lie, I'll be honest with you. Kind of recently, like I haven't ran today. So maybe I'm lying. But I do cardio for that reason because one, I like to eat, but I want to stay lean as possible. So I run every day for that, you know. And I'm telling you, bro, when you have a strong jawline, right, that helps a lot. That helps tremendously. Like the looks just matter, bro. So like do everything in your power, right, to look good, right. You know what I mean? Keep yourself in shape, right. Dress well, coordinate well, you know what I mean? Obviously groom well. But you see the men, right? Usually, I'm not gonna lie, the men who don't do this, they're usually men who've probably tried in the past and then they realize it's just not working out for them. So they say, why bother? You know what I mean? The men who do this, they can actually get women, So, I mean, I think all men have at least tried to do this. Well, maybe not the working out, though. I'll be honest with you, not the working out. But in terms of like keeping themselves well, dressing well, they've all at least tried. But then, if they don't see results, they just go back to the default because they're like, why put in effort if I'm not going to get anything out of it? But yeah, like I said, I'm so glad that you see the difference. I'm so glad because you've seen exactly how people were treating you before when you were chubbier versus now. Now that you have the square jawline and you got veins everywhere. I'm not including where somewhere I ain't gonna mention about. Right, you're seeing the huge difference. It's like looks matter, bro. It's just I'm just tired of people trying to gaslight me like it doesn't matter. Like looks matter a lot, bro. It's the first thing people notice about you.
Absolute facts. Absolute facts. Do you know what's funny? I've noticed that a lot of dudes hating, bro. Like in the gym, me, and these are dudes that are taller than me and bigger than me. Because I'm so lean right now, jawline. A lot of dudes like they give me some like weird looks, like like a hating looks. But go on, only just commentary. I'm gonna be back in half an hour, brothers. I need to shower. But Jam, can you mod the stream, please, Jam? Make sure no one swears, please, Jam, and make sure everyone keeps it coded, Jam, and PG. Are you good with that, Jam? Yeah?
Yeah, I got you.
Thank you, bro. I'll be back in half an hour. Then wrap up the stream. Or if I come earlier, I will. I got a shower. Only commentary. Did you want to say something, bro?
No, yeah, real quick, man. Yeah, to that younger gentleman who came on, saying that Gen Z everybody was glued to their phones. I think that this is a great opportunity for you, man. Like the fact that all of your comrades are glued to their phones, dude. Just figure out, man. Just approach, man. Maybe you do. All I'm saying is that just go ahead, go for it, man, and just keep doing it. What I'm saying, my experience is that I put up numbers, man. I'm a volume shooter. All right. I mean, I bench like 380 pounds, deadlift 460. I love the gym. I kind of am more so of a bodybuilder, and yeah, I definitely stay lean as well. But I would definitely say, man, just go for it. You put up the numbers, and you're gonna be surprised at the results. That's how I play it, man. That's how I play it. And then yeah, when you go to a different country, it's exponentially grows. Your results are exponentially better. I think it's interesting. These young ladies in the video. I just think that a lot of females are just lazy, man. It doesn't matter what country you're at. A lot of females are lazy, and for some reason, they think that they have all these options. I mean, idol worshiping. I don't even know exactly what that means. Um, but I don't take. I mean, the reality, you can't take women seriously, man. You can't. Nothing that they do really matters, man. I mean, they can even run for president, man. You can only kind of take it so serious, man. No, women can't lead anything. I'm not like necessarily. I'm not misogynistic, but what I'm saying is that you can observe it today, man. Women have more freedom than they've ever had, and you see how they express themselves. They can't lead anything. You can't follow them for anything. What you do is that you have to put them in position, man. That's going to be their happiest existence. You put them in position for them to be the best that they can be. But of course, you have to have control over that, And these young ladies in this video, they're not experiencing that. And it can be in Japan, it can be in America. Doesn't really matter, man. So that's really all I want.
Dude, I want to say real quick, your bench numbers are impressive, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I got you on deadlift though. Yeah, I feel like your deadlift needs to be stronger, bro. For you benching 380, but you only deadlift with 460. You probably got bad back, probably.
I don't really deadlift. I have terrible knees, man, and terrible shoulders.
Yeah, no, that makes sense because like your bench is impressive, bro. That deadlift though is, you need a little work on that. I'm just messing with you. I'm messing with you, bro. But I did want to talk to the other Gen Z dude though because I want to get his opinion because there's very few of us on here. So but he's saying something different. So I want to get his opinion on this. Like, you really think it's just men ain't trying, and that's the reason why they're not having success?
Yeah, that's one of the opinions I had, and also shout out to only just commentary, of course, Jam, Mr. T. What commentary said, I really do appreciate it. And one thing that I have to address, I'm actually not like one of those guys that are super good looking or anything like that. As a matter of fact, I've never had a girlfriend. I've never had a girlfriend, never did, bits or anything like that. But what I can tell you is that, I have experimented with approaching, like, and I'll tell you, bro, I'm 2 for 2. I'm 2 for 2. And it's really that easy because I do believe that women nowadays, especially in the Gen Z and stuff like that, these people, they don't get approached at all. So for example, when I just see a girl with like neon green hair, I'm like, hey man, I like your hair. And like they're genuinely like startled and things of that nature. There was this girl, like I was online. I don't know if many of you guys are on Discord, but I am on there and stuff like that. She was like from Ivory Coast. She's so, sorry, she's ethnically from Ivory Coast, but from Germany. She was literally like hella interested in her brother. And I was surprised myself. Like, I was like, damn, like, and I don't know, man. Like, I just feel like for us, man, like, if I swear, if we put ourselves out there, I really do believe that these little wonders will pop up, like one way or another. But for the instance where you're talking about the height and the good looks and stuff like that, if you go outside right now, you're not gonna see uber good looking dudes with uber good looking women. You're just gonna see average guys with average women and things like that. That's how it is, right? As someone that's really good at, picking apart aesthetics and who looks good on the female and male side and stuff like that, most of the people are just average. If the way you guys are talking, right? The only just commentary, you, Jam, International Sport at 9% body fat, he would look like a superhero in comparison to like the people I see every day who are holding hands and in relationship and are in bliss and
Where are
things of
you
that
at?
nature.
Where are you based in? Where are you located?
I live in Canada. Canada.
Oh, okay. Wait, but where in Canada? Are you in a major city or?
Oh no, not in a major city. As a matter of fact, I'm like 45 minutes away from Toronto, so like it's pretty far. But I'm telling you, bro, if you guys bring your big selves here, you guys would look like superheroes. As a matter of fact, one of the guys that sorry about that, one of the guys that IP brought on, actually, he went to my city, and he had the same experiences as what I'm describing right now.
Oh, dude, I know this, bro. By the way, I'm not trying to, I try not to like toot my own horror or whatever because when I'm anonymous here, like only IP is seeing me. You know what I mean? So I don't want to be like, oh, I'm this, that, whatever. Even though I am like that, because it sounds like I'm bragging. But like I said, I do make sure I look really good because I know looks do matter. I'm being honest with you. That's the reason why I'm so serious about working out. That's the reason why I run every day because I want to be as good looking as possible. And I think as black men in general, that's something that we have over other races because we can easily get into really good shape. You know what I mean? So like if you're a black man and you're not jacked, bro. Like, what are you doing? In my opinion, because like you have a superpower. Like most black men have testosterone that other men need to take like performance enhancing drugs for. You know what I'm saying? I really do believe in working out and all that stuff. But I also feel like you're just not in a big city, bro. Like if you're in a big city, I think your opinions might shift. You know what I mean? I'm sure most of us here are in a big city. Like I was in the New York, Miami server, bro. So, in New York and Miami, the competition is very stiff over there versus, maybe in like some small town. So I don't know. Maybe it's different. Like, but I'll be honest with you, I have no interest in living in a small town. So, maybe it's different for you. I'll be honest with you. Maybe it's different just because, there's less competition because it's a smaller town. But I do think that if you were to go to like Toronto, for example, you'd see what we're talking about. Um,
Yeah. Go ahead.
Oh no, I'm gonna let you finish if you got anything on your mind.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, I was just gonna say, yeah, yeah, I definitely would somewhat agree, man. Canada is interesting, man. I was out in Vancouver. Uh, yeah, I actually went out there just with a friend. Um, there's a few Arabic chicks out there, man. Definitely knocked a few of those down. Vancouver is fun. Asian girls, that was a little tricky because there's a lot of Asian girls out there in Vancouver. that they like to stick with each other. I mean, I think that honestly, man, when it comes down to it, play to your strengths, man. Like at the end of the day, God created you, and what you have as strengths and weaknesses is just what you have. Definitely get in the best shape you possibly can. Become the best version that you can, but always play to your strengths. You know what I mean? I'm 6 exact. You know what I mean? That's like, I would say that's pretty average, to be honest. When I like people say that 6 foot is like above average. Not really to me. I mean, when I'm walking around, I see a bunch of guys, my height and taller, you know. But at the same time, I play to my strengths. I play to my smile. I play to my biceps. I play to my rhomboids, my traps, things like that. And honestly, just having a good conversation can go a long way too, man. If you know how to actually talk to people, that really can it can definitely lead you to actually making some contacts that you're going to be happy that you have. When it comes to women, like, I don't really believe. The thing is, we obviously know what they want now, but the thing is, they don't know. They don't know what they're going to do in the next 30 minutes, man. You know what I mean? Like, when you're around a bunch of women, man, you can get any chick you really. I believe that you can get any chick you want. Obviously, you can't look like freaking the Nutty Professor, right? But if you take care of yourself and you be the best and you become the best version of yourself, dude, I don't even care. You can knock down any of these females, man. You have to have an open mind.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna lie, bro. Like, I think you're definitely older than me, right? So I think like you're going for it because, like, bro, I want the baddies, bro. I want the young baddies. You know what I mean? That's like the
Oh
only
yeah, of
thing I
course,
really
man.
want.
Yeah.
I don't want like older chicks, bro. I'm not really trying to knock down on that. So I feel like with the young baddies, bro, especially, you gotta be a certain way, bro. But I did want to touch
Oh,
on
I'm
what
diversified, man. I get a young 20, the young 20s, man. Man, I'm diversified, man.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, it's a different ball game when it comes to the younger women. But Shof, I want to talk about because you mentioned, like you said, the average woman or with the average man, whatever. Yeah, but dude, how is that relationship actually like, bro? You know what I mean? Like, is she just using him as a placeholder, cheating on him on the side? Like, the type of stuff I'd be saying. Like, even if she gets with an average dude, she's like the dude's like a placeholder until she can get something better. You know what I mean? It's not her end game. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, man. Like, maybe I need to check out Canada, bro, because I've never been to Canada. But maybe I need to check that out. But the issue I was having in the U.S., right, was that, dude, all these girls, like, I would never date a chick because I didn't want to be played. Because I'm like, bro, these girls, like, they all cheat, bro. They all do like, like trifling festivities, activities. You know what I mean? And that was the issue that I was having. I was like, okay, look, if I don't claim this girl and she's with another dude, right? No skin off my back. Like my reputation isn't harmed because I'm just dogging her out. But if I say this is my girl and then she does that, bro, that like hurts me reputationally. I mean, emotionally and all that stuff. So I'm like, so I haven't dated. Like, I remember the last time, like, I haven't dated in a minute until I've left. Because I would just see a bunch of women that just not loyal, bro. Like, they're just trifling. But I don't know. Shofi's saying something different, bro. So maybe I need to check out Canada. Are they not doing this in Canada?
No, no. I'll tell you this. Like, if you're talking, if your prime demographic is what you call the baddies, then you might be right, bro. For me, I'm looking at average folks. I don't know. To be honest, it's kind of weird, but my friends have been saying that my standards are kind of low. Not gonna lie, but I'm not saying I go for like straight up people that are chopped or anything like that. But just regular folks. Like, I'm not looking for Instagram, straight out of the limousine or a Barbie doll or anything like that. Just like someone that's chill and things of that nature. And what only just commentary said about having them out, like just talking and things like that, bro. I'm telling you, man. I'm not gonna dox anybody, but dude, there are some people that I know personally who you would swear are not in relationships, but like, and they're both of them are black, but they always manage to be in one. Like, I know this one black dude. I'm very good friends with him. I even talked about him, I think, on the Discord. He's a big like cinephile, meaning that he likes to watch films and things of that nature. And you know, he talks about it all the time. He writes like director. He's actually from Africa. I'm from Africa myself too, right? So the thing the thing is, me and him were both in high school. We used to talk about like relationships and stuff like that. Both of us were never in relationships, but as soon as he went to university, graduated, things of that nature, he found himself a girl that enjoys the same stuff that he does. Now she's from like Russia and things of that nature, and you know they're having what we consider a healthy relationship, right? So she might not be like a baddie, 10 out of 10, but like the brother's happy, right? And I know many other black dudes, like some that have you know become artists in you know in Japan, maybe not big time, right? But there's this guy named Sunday, Sondey, right? He's in a relationship. If you guys were to like, let's be honest here, look at him objectively, he's not no IP, he's not no 9% body fat Viltrumite brother like yourselves, you know. But the guy, you know, he
Well,
got
yeah,
a
he traveled to
relationship.
Japan, bro. I mean, I don't really think that counts. Like, of course, like he changed the server, bro. Like that's the reason why I did, because I was trying to find like an actual, like, what's someone looking for, like a healthy relationship. Because before I was just getting a little depressed because I'm like, bro, like none of these girls that I'm with, like I can see myself dating. Like they're all just trifling. Like there was this one girl specifically when I was in Miami. She was like trying to pressure me into a relationship. And I'm not gonna lie, like, because usually you just don't tell women the truth, right? You don't do this, right? But for some reason, I was pissed. I told her the truth. I think I've already told this story before on stream, but pretty much I was like, bro, I feel like you're harassing me, like, you know. And I told her pretty much, I'm like, bro, like, you know, when I was trying to get with you, right, I had to convince you to let me get with you. You know what I mean? But you just assume that because you're letting me hit, like I should be in a relationship with you. Like you should be convincing me to be in a relationship, you know? And after I said that, of course, she didn't take kindly to that. I never spoke to her again. This is why you don't tell women the truth. You just do you just do what you do. But in terms of what you're saying about the guy, right, in Japan, like yeah, he's an artist. Even if he's not that big, he's still an artist that comes with clout. And he's also in Japan. He's not in America. We're talking about, you know, in these Western servers, like we're talking about, like, you know, America, Canada, the UK. Because this is a passport broke channel. We're talking about, you know, people leave to go to other places where they do better. So I definitely believe that dude in Japan is doing well for himself. Sure. And then also the other guy you're talking about, right? Well, he dated a Russian. Like, is that a fob Russian? Because, you know, that changes some things. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Because everything you're saying, I'm just noticing something. I'm like, all right, well, you know, the girl's Russian, so she's not from here, right? And then the
No,
other dude
no,
just went to
she's from
Japan.
here.
Okay, all right. So she, okay, all right. Well, like I said, I mean, it's not like it can't happen. It's not that it can't happen. It's just the fact that it's becoming rarer and rarer. So I mean, I don't know. I mean, but dude, like, of course, if it's working for you, bro, don't listen to any of this crap. Like, if it's working for you, bro, just do you. Like, if you're doing well out here, right? Then have no problem. Like, I mean, just keep doing you. Like, don't listen to this stuff. You know, this is really just advice. You know, if it works, right, take it, and if it doesn't, just let it be. So I'm not going to tell you anything different because it sounds like where you're at, things are pretty healthy. But unfortunately, at least from my experience, that wasn't really the case.
Oh, word, true, true. You know, I also wanted to I do agree that the thing is like I partially agree with to all of you guys, right? Especially the IP Jam, and what Only Commentary said. Of course, Only Commentary, I would say that maybe his views are slightly in line with mine. I'm not too sure, but you know, you've touched on Japan, but what exactly would a Japanese woman, right? You've mentioned that they genuinely have their money and things of that nature. How exactly would that prove your point?
Dude, I
Right?
was just there. I was really just there, bro. I was there for 3 months, bro. It was amazing. No, the reason why is because, bro, they don't have. Well, it's becoming more of a problem or whatever. I don't know because I still have friends there that I talk to. But dude, there's just not that many foreigners there. Like foreigners for some Japanese women is like a status symbol, bro. And especially, right, you have to understand like their standards are different. Let's just say different. I want us to say lower, but it's different. You know what I mean? The Japanese men are shorter, so you don't need to be super tall in order to get the girls. Also, like you don't need to be super jacked or anything like that. So if you are like if you're getting women in the U.S., bro, if you go to Japan, you're gonna do very well. You're gonna do very well because for the most part, you know. So that's kind of what I was talking about because I was literally just there. I was in Japan for 3 months about what 6, 7 months ago. So yeah, Japan is it's a good place, bro. And like I said, the women, they have their own money. I was not. I mean, I was spending money on dates, but I was not like that. Was not like how I was getting girls. Like I wasn't like leading with money or anything like that. They all had their own stuff. But yeah, I think they like the fact that you're a foreigner. It's completely. You have to understand, it's not like America. It's very homogenous, Japan. So when they get like a foreigner dude, it's kind of like a status symbol for them.
Word. I actually, I could actually agree with that. I never even saw it from the foreigner perspective. I realized Japan is actually, of course I knew it was homogenous, but then I realized like, yeah, that could also be a factor. So yeah, I do agree with that. I do think that, I think black men should exercise their, when it comes to their agency, they should go wherever they please. But one comment that I guess I guess brought me here was the thing you said about I think what Brazil, or like I guess the black women that you passport bro to. The little problem I have with that is that I feel like. I don't know, and I could be projecting here, so cut me off if I'm wrong. Maybe you're speaking from hurt or something, because when it comes to the black Brazilians and stuff like that, they're probably going to treat you the same way the white Brazilians were, because from the way you guys are talking, you're a good-looking dude. A good-looking dude will.
Oh no, you misunderstood me, bro. You misunderstood me. I love me my black Brazilians. I love me my black Brazilians. You misunderstood me. I was just saying that like to necessarily go for them. Like let me be clear, right? Because I do want you to talk, and you are also right that, but not in this aspect. You are also right that I am speaking of a little bit of hurt, but it's something different. But what I was saying was that if you go for girls who don't have options, right, then how do you know she wants you? You know what I mean? You need to get an attractive girl who chooses you. That's kind of what I was saying. Because if you go for a girl that doesn't have options, she chooses you. She choosing you because she actually likes you, or she choosing you because she can't do any better. That was kind of my point that I was making there. But I had a black Brazilian, like a mulatto type of girlfriend when I was in Brazil. I still miss her, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Like that was exactly the type of chick that like I imagined being my wife, bro. Like I miss her, bro. But yeah, no, I love Brazil. Like if you see it on the streams, bro, I always promote Brazil, bro. I love Brazil.
Honestly, I might have to check it out because you said that, right? Like,
dude, you have to go, bro. You have to. Like, it is a little bit dangerous. That's what people say. But dude, this is the reason why I love Brazil, because it's like America. They have people everywhere. So like, they're not gonna know that you're a foreigner just by looking at you. Like that's the one thing people don't talk about. Like when you go to other places, like when you go to Japan, people like automatically know you're a foreigner because obviously you're not Asian, right? You know what I mean? But when you're in Brazil, you can blend in, bro. You can blend in. People don't know you're a foreigner until they hear you speak. So like you can really live like a nice dude. I'm telling you, like Brazil, out of all the countries I've been to, Brazil is number one for me. I really recommend brothers going there.
No, yeah, I definitely agree. I would definitely check out Bahia, and number one, I would definitely learn Portuguese. I'm not too well versed with many different languages. I'm not learning it on other languages outside of English and a little French, but yeah, I think Brazil definitely is a fantastic destination, especially for Black American men or Black Western men in general. Um, the women there are stunning, man. They're stunning, and what I like about Brazil is that it's kind of it's also it's a little bit on some debauchery time, for sure. There's degeneracy, um, and I was actually going to agree. Um, yeah, I mean, when it comes to dating in the States, the quality of women, there's not enough quality to go around. A lot
Dude,
of these,
you're absolutely right, bro. You're
dude.
100% right, dude. I know you've been to Brazil. I already know you've been because the way you talk. I know you've been to Brazil, bro. Like, where have
Oh
you
yeah.
been? Where have you
Oh
been? If you don't mind me asking.
yeah. I was in Rio, Copacabana.
Okay.
I was in the area. Yeah, I just went with some friends. We're there for about a week and a half. I ain't spent a lot of time, but with the experience that I did have, man, I mean, I knew that if I spoke Portuguese, I would be able to really, really kind of let my character kind of like do a lot of the heavy lifting too. Like kind of actually getting to know a female. Like actually having a conversation. Like it's kind of night and day. Like if you are able to really like communicate. Yeah, man. I had a friend that was communicating very effectively. He knew the language and he was doing awesome. I did well too. But yeah. But outside of that, man, yeah, the quality of women in the States. I mean, my ex, my ex, she was 21, right? My ex was 21. And honestly, man, I can't, she wanted me to marry her, but she practices bisexuality. This is something that's become very common practice here. That's something that I can't tolerate. So that's what I'm saying. Like, the States is pretty low quality, man, but at the same time, like if you just open your if you open your mind to traveling, you definitely can find what you're looking for sure. Absolutely, man.
Yeah, dude, I 100% co-sign everything you're saying, and I did learn Portuguese because of that. Like, I lived in Brazil for a year, I learned it. I'm telling you right now, when you speak Portuguese, it's like you already liked it, and I already liked it when I first went there. When you speak Portuguese, bro, I'm telling you, it opens up so many opportunities when you're living there, bro. And it's not that hard to learn. But I did want to address what's his name, Shofu, right? Shofu Fan, because he was coming at something, right? And I think he didn't really say it, right? So I wanted to give him an opportunity to say it. You're saying I'm speaking from her, from what? Can you just elaborate on that, please?
Oh yeah. And like I said, I could be projecting, brother. So again, like feel free to correct it. But yeah, I feel like and I only got that vibe because I realized that when it comes to I don't agree. Sorry, I don't disagree with the idea that you do love black women. I believe it too. But I noticed that maybe you feel a little bit guarded or things of that nature. And to further elaborate the point, like when you said that, oh, you don't know whether a black woman would like you or things of that nature, I think they would, right? Again, the way y'all be talking about yourself, right? Only just commentary, jam, IP, like who wouldn't like y'all? Like I feel like there's not much to not like, I guess, because all of you guys are either in IT or, making good money and things of that nature. But one thing I would like to also touch on. Sorry, my battery's running low, so I might log off in any second now. But I wanted to talk about how much does, and this is a question for I guess Jam and anybody else involved. How much does raising a family play into the place that you stay? Because let's be honest here, right? When it comes to a lot of places, we're all black. I'm guessing like some of us are in black dominated countries or maybe not, right? But for those who are non-black dominated countries, if you decide to have a biracial child, right, we know the kind of problems that brings within the society. I mean, like one guy I think on the Discord posted like the half Thailand, half black girl or things of that nature, and she's really beautiful. But even then, she experienced bullying. I noticed that like if you go on like subreddits, the people that complain about being mixed the most are usually like half black people, and they're left in these like homogenous countries like Poland, Romania, and with nothing. And I want to know that like would you guys still stay in the location that you guys are at if you guys did decide to have a family?
Dude, see, that's the issue I'm having right now because, like, I got this Vietnamese chick that I really like, but I'm like, bro, can I really see myself living in Vietnam, bro? I don't even see myself learning the language, like, because if I'm gonna live here, I gotta speak the language. I've learned that from being in Brazil. I'm like, bro, you have to, like, that's a non-negotiable. So, I mean, what you're saying right now is something that I still need to figure out. But in terms of the women thing, right, of like the black women or whatever, like, let me just get into this, all right, because I'm not sure if you heard the other streams or whatever, so I'll just give a quick rundown, bro. What I've noticed when I was in America, because dude, look, look, I'm not gonna say I'm not the best looking dude, whatever, whatever. I think I look pretty good, I'll be honest with you. But I'm just saying, like, every stat that I could max out, I maxed out, bro. You know what I mean? I'm very strong. I work out every day. Like pretty much have a Voltramite body, whatever you want to call it. You know what I mean? And then I make good money too, right? And then I quote unquote have a good mouthpiece, like I can talk, right? So I've literally maxed out everything, bro. But what I've noticed, right, especially when I was in America, bro, like I could get baddie white girls, baddie Asian chicks, baddie Latinas, bro. But when it came to black women specifically, bro, they had like super high standards for me, bro. And I'm like, bro, why is it? Because I wanted a black girl because obviously I want my kid to look like me. So that was always my first choice, bro. But I've always noticed, I'm like, yo, when it came to the black women specifically, bro, like I could get them, but I had to act a way that wasn't. I've already talked about this before. I had to act a way that wasn't me. I couldn't act like this. I had to be like, yo, what's good? It was good, show. How you doing? I had to speak like that, you know? I had to like act like I was a thug pretty much, you know? And if I didn't do that, the girl wouldn't respect me. So that's what I've noticed when I was in America, you know, and you know, I've looked into different theories about this because at first I didn't really care because I was getting women that I was attracted to, so it was whatever. But when I decided I was like, yeah, I want like a girlfriend, right, that I could potentially build something with, right, that's when I started to care a little bit more because I wanted my girl to be black, you know? And I noticed like when it came to black women specifically, I'd always get like 1 to 2 points lower than girls of other races. And then they would also not be as cooperative. Like my white girl, she was super cooperative, super nice, super caring. But when it came to the black girl, she was all uppity, you know? And I'm like, bro, like, you know what I mean? So I didn't experience this when I was in Brazil. I did not experience this when I was in Brazil. Like my mulatto chick, she was she was everything that I wanted in a chick. The only thing I didn't like about her was the tattoos, I'll be honest. But everything else she had, right? But then I think to myself, I'm like, okay, is it because they're better, or is it because I'm in a better situation? Like I'm richer here, or obviously, like I do pretty decent in America, but I'm considered rich in Brazil. So like, is that the situation? Like if I was like a ball player, like if I was a basketball player, with the black girls over there treat me differently. So I don't try to like delude myself of this. You know what I mean? So that's why I just think. I try to think, because I'm like, okay, I'm not going to just be conceited and think, oh, I'm just better because I came over here. I'm like, no, like if things are different, like why are they different? You know? And so that's the reason why I'm like, when it comes to especially DWs in the US and in the UK, yeah, I'm off that, bro, because my entire experience, and I've talked to other brothers about this too, right? They'll do better with people outside the race than with like when I was a nerd, bro, and even before I worked out, even before I got myself like right, you know, my first girlfriend was a white chick, a white Polish chick, you know? I could never, like, the black girl nerds didn't want me, bro. Like even the nerds who were black, right, didn't want me, bro. But I could get a white girl. So it was just like I've just noticed this count, like, so maybe it is from her, but it's also from experience, bro. Like I've just noticed it, like the women, the black women especially, because dude, I mean, quote unquote, yeah, you're saying I'm like an Adonis figure or whatever. I mean, I kind of am, bro, but they don't be treating me like that. They don't treat me like that, bro. They still act like I have to do even more. And it's like, bro, like, dude, I'm tall, I'm jacked, like I make good money, bro. Like, what else do I need to do? Like, I mean, come on.
No, man. Honestly, man, everything that you said, there's a lot of truth. There's a lot of truth. I mean, it's plain evidence. Plain evidence. For some reason, you have to have a couple of chains. It would be better if you had somewhat of a record. Um, if you played football, I mean, maybe if even like it's just interesting. Like if you played college football and they kicked, you don't play anymore and you work at Chipotle, there's plenty of black women for you too. It's like I don't know why they have this mindset of reversion. It's strange. It's like it's just that I think black culture in the States, we lean so much towards the things that basically that is black culture. And when I say that, I think we all know what we're talking about. Don't get me wrong. Like, of course, you have the Robert F. Smiths of the world. I'm a nurse practitioner. I work in the ICU. I'm not in IT, but I look up to people like Robert F. Smith. You know, he's classic. He's classic IT. He has a company. He has a software company right here in Austin, and he was born in Seattle. You know what I mean? It's like even Barack Obama. I mean, it's literally all over the internet. His wife can't play her position, man. She has to almost run against. She has to run for president herself in order to even. It's just like you see it every single day.
Dude, this is what I'm saying. This is why I don't like being gaslit. Like I'm like, bro, I know this. I see this with other people. Like I can't be the only one. Like people always say, oh, it's just you. You know, you don't have a good mouthpiece. You don't have this. You know that. I'm like, no, I actually can do that, bro, quite easily. But then I gotta play a character that I don't want to play. I don't want to be a thug, bro.
Yeah,
I'm not trying to be like that, bro. I want to live past 30. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not trying to be that. But that's what gets you the black woman. It's unfortunate. It's like, bro, like that, because when I do that, when I play that character, I've told her this story before, but this one girl in particular, right? But yeah, when she first met me, she thought I was like a thug. She thought I was like, selling, paraphernalia, if you know what I'm saying, right? Um, and when she thought that, she was all over me, bro. Like she loved me, bro. She was like infatuated with me, bro. But then when she found out that I actually earned my money legitimately through IT, then she completely changed, bro. She was no longer infatuated with your boy. And I'm like, bro, like, wouldn't you think? Like, usually it's the reverse, bro. Usually when I'm with like an Indian girl or a white girl, whatever, and they find out, oh, I actually make money legitimately, they go from like thinking, okay, this is just gonna be like a fun time, like this guy's fun, to like, oh, maybe I can get with this guy, maybe because this guy's a good job, like maybe it will work. Like I can literally see that the gears turning in their head. But it's the reverse for the B Dubs, bro. It's the reverse, man. And I'm glad you brought up the whole Barack Obama thing, because like, bro, I mean, come on, bro. He's the first president, and even his woman, even he can get his woman in line, bro. Like, and he's the
Yeah.
only pretty much president that can't do that. Every other president has
Yep.
their women playing that role. They're in line, but she gotta be like, no, she gotta say I'm not happy. She gotta say I felt like she's the like, dude. This is what I'm
You're
talking about. It's
nothing.
like,
You're
bro, like,
absolutely nothing. Like without him, it's insane.
yeah, I know, but like I said, she's the only one out of all the presidents.
Like
It's a
the
coincidence that
thing is,
she's the
man.
only one.
Especially like, go ahead, man.
No. I'm just saying, like, I'm just agree. Like, I think that was a very
It's just
salient
laughable,
point.
man. It's laughable.
Yeah, like I just don't like the fact
He
that
was the
people are
leader.
trying
He
to.
was the leader of the free freaking world.
Don't
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I just don't like
Excuse
the
my
fact that people are
language.
gaslighting me, bro. Like, let's just be real. BWs have high standards for black men versus everyone else. Like, let's just be real about that. I mean, you could be even the president, the first president, right? The first black president of the United States,
facts,
and even then, that's
facts,
not enough.
facts.
So yeah, I mean that's the reason why personally I'm off on it. Like if I meet a woman who's not like that, of course, dude, everyone. I mean, let's be real. If you're a brother, bro, probably your first love was a black woman. Like, let's just be real. You know what I mean? But then reality kicks in. It sets you off, and you're like, bro, like if I could get a better looking Latina girl who's going to treat me nicer versus an uglier black woman who's going to treat me like I'm like I don't even like I'm just so supposed to be there like I'm not really worth anything. Obviously, most brothers are going to go for that, and I hate the fact that people are gaslighting and saying like, "Oh, we just idolize these other women." I'm like, no, we don't, bro. Like, I mean, at least for me personally, like I don't. But it's just the fact that like you're gonna go where you get the best deal, bro. And the best deal, unfortunately, at least in the U.S., is not with our own women. At least that's what I've noticed. Now, if you find a woman like that, of course, go. Best of luck to you. Like, I'm actually envious of you, bro. You know what I mean? But I'm telling you from my own experience, bro. I have not noticed this. And I'm like, bro, I've done everything quote unquote right. And it's not just me, bro. My brothers are the same way. My friends are the same way. We all, right, we all are like, making good money, right, are in really good shape. We work out together, all that stuff. And they have the same thing. All my brothers, all my friends, they all like pretty much have had to date out, because like if you date, a BW, bro, like it's never enough, bro. They just don't respect you. Like, I don't know. I feel like they just don't want to submit I think that's my theory, bro. Why like when they find out I made the money legitimately, she likes me less because I feel like they just don't want to submit. They don't want to play their role when it comes to a black man. They'll do it for a white man, but when it comes to a black man, they just don't want to do that, bro. I don't. I mean, that's just honestly how I see it. It's unfortunate because every other time I'm
It's
with the girl who's not that, she plays a role, bro. She's cool with it. Like
it's
it's not
true.
even a problem.
I just have to follow up real quick with, I mean, honestly, man, I think that this space that you guys have created, that you've created, brother, like, I think that's why it's so important to have these spaces. Um, I mean, Kevin Samuels, KS, the late KS, he really was the guy. I mean, there were other guys before him, but he set a standard. And I think you guys are on pace with that standard. I think it's awesome to see that. And I mean, his whole entire channel was, I would say, it wasn't dedicated to hate on any type of woman specifically, but it was to kind of shed a light on this issue, man. Let's be real, man. Black women are beautiful. I don't. First of all, I don't know where this rumor came around that black men don't like black women. That was a lie. And another thing I really don't like is that other women in the West support these ideas, these fantastic ideas that a lot of the black community and specifically our beautiful black women in the States come up with, and they regurgitate it. And then you have men like Steve Harvey, come on, and they just make money. They monetize it. It's just it's pretty. I mean, it's pretty repulsing at this point.
So that's why
Dude, I
I
think
would
it's
just have
projection,
to.
bro. I literally think it's projection. Like when they say that, they mean that they don't like it, and then they don't like us, and that's what they say. It's like it's really
I
straight
feel you,
projection, bro.
bro. No, I
Like
feel you. No, I feel you, man. And let me just say, let me just end it with this. That's why. I mean, man. That's why I'd have to say. I'm not saying Africa's for everybody. I'm not. I'm not gonna say that. But I will definitely say you can definitely find a very beautiful woman on that continent. Of course, there's going to be some that, yeah, I agree. I've seen the white worshiping, but again, that's in Latin America too. I mean, white men have been able to obtain the majority of the free market economy. The world trade market, they've been able to corner it, especially with military position in the U.S. They have the greatest military. The Germans, essentially, they have the second great. I mean, so, but at the end of the day, I'll just say this, man. Definitely go if you find a good woman, whatever culture it is, man. Definitely, focus on that. But I'm not gonna rule out, Africa. I'm just not gonna. there's too much good things happen. I've seen some things, man. I've seen some things.
all right, man. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I've been there, and I'll be honest with you. I mean, yeah, you're right that it exists everywhere. Like,
Only
and
just
that's just the truth.
commentary.
All right,
Hmm?
dudes. Okay, I'm back. I gotta leave, man. Hope you had a great discussion. It sounds like you did. But yeah, it's been a pleasure, man. Thank you all. Appreciate you, Jen, for modding. Thank you, Only Just Commentary. Thank you, Mr. T. Thank you, the other guy who called. I've got his name. It's been a pleasure. I'll see you, brothers, next week. Maybe I may do one tonight. If I'm not tired, I'll see. But if not, have a great week ahead, man. Peace out, brothers. Thank you.